the fire snake room chest and the randomizer room. So that's 5 chests I think you might actually need hookshot for. Barring, of course, the ability to hover, which I don't know either of these runners to do. So Benteezy started here. Elminster is going to catch up in just a second. We'll have those streams synced up for you. Or rather, Feasel, our main man behind the desk, will have those synced up for everybody.
Just
a
a
few
map
seconds.
check. Just a map check. It turned out that Hera is red pendant.
Is this even randomized?
Hey, we got a power glove. Sanctuary with the power glove. As soon as Elminster gets a bomb, he can go check the back 3 of escape.
Yeah, we got a tree pull for Benteezy's side here. 5 arrows.
So green pendant turned out to be desert. 1 is over in eastern.
Well, let's hope the last one is Swamp Palace then, eh?
Hey, I would like that.
Oh, Link grabbing his inheritance a little early there. He's pulling the 50 rupees right out of his uncle's pocket as he's dying. Uncle's like, go to the store and buy me some medicine. And Link's like, I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. Elminster checks the lumberjack item, just a piece of heart, so one of the possible contingencies that would force Aghanim is already checked off, so keep your fingers crossed.
Can't we just re-roll this seed now?
What kind of glove already, man? This is a Stoops Jet seed. I say if the runners don't check on the Joke-Telling Tavern NPC, then we can reset it. Benteezy, knowing he can get some bomb drops off of these bushes south of the Sacred Grove. No luck as of yet, but I think there are 2 spots here that have 50% drop for bombs.
And he gets 1, so now he can get into the bombable hut and get himself 4 each visit.
Yeah, the one in the bottom left corner. Yeah. Oh, he can use the bomb to do the race game to get 50 rupees to buy more bombs.
And he's not even going to do that. We're going to see what's in the library, though.
Yeah, he's already got 50 rupees. Half magic. That's pretty tempting there.
We do see a blue boomerang and, well, more money. But Elminster does not have any bombs to check that back chest.
You know, I think the, you know that old blues song, Mo Money, Mo Problems? I think the guy that wrote that song was playing Link to the Past Randomizer. All he wanted was Moon Pearl, but he kept getting rupees.
Neither of these runners seem to be wanting to explore this tavern guy that you're speaking of.
Well, it's just for swag.
We do have simultaneous shopping, though.
Yeah, Elm actually, or it was Benteezy rather, that went south and got the bombs. Opted to use his rupees to buy more bombs rather than going to the secret bombable hut.
Yeah, all he did was go into the chicken coop.
Alright, he's going to hope to find enough rupees to visit the bottle vendor here. He will need 100. Yet, ton under the pots here.
But there's your 100.
GG. Helm's about to do the same.
There's your Moon Pearl.
Unfortunately, a little too dark inside the well to read that book. You might have to take it out to somewhere where there's lots of sunlight. Like the desert.
How about high on top of a mountain? Hey, Titans-Smith from the bottle vendor.
Nice. And with Moon Pearl, these runners could get into the Dark World and already start clearing Thieves Town at least. Yeah, I guess the mountain is closer to the sun than any other point. So we do have a sword already. I think Elminster already grabbed that, but is yet to check the bombable wall behind Blind's hideout?
It's
Yeah, he's short the heart containers, and which Benteezy just picked up. But Elminster's gonna skip it. Hopefully, keep that in the back of his mind, or hopefully not, because it was only a heart container. But
you're not looking at a. Oh, there's our map check.
Aww.
Sorry.
Green pennant, or is that blue pennant in Ice Palace?
That'd be blue over at Ice.
Yeah, there's a possibility that Aghanim could still be required if they don't find Hammer or Flippers. If the Hammer and Flippers both end up on East Dark World, Aghanim could still be required.
Well, we could have Nice Evil Seed like that. I'm looking forward to it.
Yo, TPFG Gaming, thank you so much for the subscription with Twitch Prime. So, you guys have Amazon Prime, you know you get a free subscription, may as well give it to the hardworking people at Speed Gaming. And there's Hammer, so rip the Aga Dream. Oh wow. Well, that's a huge item. I'm sure that'll send him straight into Thieves Town. He'll be able to guarantee a full clear, even be able to get the big chest since he's got the Hammer. Also, I think it's still Subtober. I think it's still 50% subs. So, you know, if you wanted to support Speed Gaming, but we're reluctant to do so because of the costs, well, I think it's only $250. Well, how long does that go? Until midnight Pacific time, maybe?
Silver arrows in the back of Escape. And I'm not sure when the end of Subtober comes to an end. Maybe it's midnight Pacific.
So we're just a few minutes into this race, but if you're just tuning in and you've never seen Link to the Past Randomizer before, maybe you're wondering what the heck's going on, why is Link wearing all that dark clothes? Well, this is a sort of a ROM hack of A Link to the Past. All of the maps, all of the enemies have been kept the same, but all of the standing items, pieces of heart containers, and treasure chests have all been mixed up amongst each other. So, you know, you might find the hookshot, or as we've already found, two gloves. So, you know, you get items in a random order and you have to determine which place to go. So I really love Randomizer because it takes one of my favorite games from my childhood, and it really gives you a new experience on the game, and it's different every time you play it.
A whole lot of fun trying to figure out where everything is in this world, and this is just one of those odd seeds where you have somebody with Dark World access at 8 minutes in.
Yeah, and I already see a few comments in chat about blinds, how damage works against blind, and brings up a good point. Elminster coming into Thieves Town, it's first of all, it's one of the dungeons that he can clear, but also it's one of the bosses where your sword upgrade doesn't really matter. Blind takes 9 hits no matter what attack you use against him. That's the master of this dungeon. The only real difference would be if you had a sword upgrade, you'd be able to shoot sword beams, but having any sword is just almost the same difficulty fight as any other sword, so yeah.
That feels quite vanilla there, those 3 bombs.
Yeah. Did he remember to bomb the ground and let the light there? It looks like he did.
Yeah, he took care of that.
Did you ever... I have a question for you, Rick. Did you ever either A, throw the bomb and leave the room before it exploded, or B, throw the bomb too far and had it miss the cracks on the ground?
I have not done this. I have not done that second one you said, but the first one, yeah, I've left the room before. You try to give yourself a few extra frames saved, and
8 bomb drops.
The next thing you know is, whoops.
Looks like Elminster's got 20 bombs. That's pretty much all he's gonna need for the rest of the run.
I would be a little laughing if that turned out to be the Sanctuary Heart.
That would be really nice for Elminster, but unfortunately it's not. There is one heart container in the game. We call it the Sank Heart because it's the one that you normally find in the Sanctuary after rescuing Zelda. It actually refills your health when you pick it up, but the other 10 heart containers do not. However, if you get your 4th piece of heart and get a heart container that way, that also refills your health. So Elminster, skipping the big chest, I guess map and compass are the only ones left. There are 4 unique items, and I guess he's found them all. There were the bombs, the cape, I think there's an arrow capacity upgrade.
And the heart.
Yeah, so he's keeping track. So he knows Blind's either going to drop the map or compass, and then the other of those 2 will be in the big chest. Meanwhile, Benteezy, kind of trying to read the logical progression of the seed, sees the book and takes that on in the Desert Palace. Now, Desert Palace is a crystal, or was it? No, wait.
Desert's your green pendant.
Okay, so that's basically an extra item. The only problem with Benteezy's play, and maybe he's just going to check the front half anyway, he doesn't really want to finish it because it's a pendant, but Benteezy is actually unable to complete this dungeon right now because he needs a light source. He either needs lantern or fire rod to access the boss.
Yep, and he's as far as he can go in this dungeon, so he's going to go ahead and leave. The next step is going to be again. This is one of those weird seeds where both of these runners have access so open that they're going to be on such wide tangents. We don't know where they're going to meet up either.
Looks like we have another subscription. Noble Barnes, thank you so much for supporting us with your Twitch Prime subscription. And when I say us, I mean the people at Speed Gaming. I'm just a lowly commentator. Thank you so much for, but I mean, it really helps the speedrunning community as a whole for sure. Supporting Feasel and Mythical 9 and Speed Gaming channels really helps the community. We get to showcase all the awesome games and new ROM hacks and randomizers all coming out, so we really appreciate it. Alright, is Elminster going into Hype Cave? In older versions of the logic placement, this cave that Elminster's coming up on used to always hold 2 or 3 really good items, so he named it the Hype Cave. But then in updates, when the procedure for placing items changed, it kind of dropped off in hype, but maybe he'll get something good here. Just arrow capacity upgrade so far.
Well, we never know what's in that second chest, but we do know the rest of it seemed to be trash.
Maybe he'll pause soon and we'll say it. And Diamond Thos, thank you so much for the sub as well. Grape Cave, I do like that name. Oh, it was the bow! We missed that one!
You know, of all the things that we see in that Hype Cave, the one thing that's actually hype is the thing we don't get to see. And he's about to get silver arrows.
The Dipe Cave, these 4.
And here comes Benteezy into the Dark World. Will soon be united with a hammer.
Ada Manhunter, or Ed, a Manhunter. Thanks for the subscription. Snipe Cave. Oh, I like that one. I'm gonna call out Sock Monkey 1994 with an awesome name, Snipe Cave, holding the bow and arrow.
So Elminster picking up on the bow here is going to be heading on over towards Eastern, maybe.
And while you guys are being really awesome, supporting the Speed Gaming channels with the follows and subs and everything, totally follow the runners too. Benteezy and Elminster. These guys put a lot of practice into this. They're some of the best runners of this game. Show your appreciation and your love by giving them a follow as well. And bow is always needed to complete Ganon's tower. So whether or not the two regular dungeons are Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness. Those are the ones that always require bow to finish, but also Ganon's tower to complete the game requires bow. Benteezy, taking a page out of Elminster's Book of Medora, finds the hammer in the Sea House, and I guess C is for cudgel. And then he also will head into Thieves' Town thinking, oh, I can get that big chest. But not that he will get it because it's map or compass.
So there's a lot of talk in this logic here, version 26, about following the breadcrumbs. This is what you're seeing Elminster do at this point. That's why he's in Eastern.
Yeah, with the bow. Although, personally, I would have liked to see him go in the pod first. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. He would go in. I would go in the pod and think, hopefully, I'll find the mirror here, and then I can mirror over to Eastern Palace and try to combo them.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's bad about what Elminster is doing right now, is that he can't do the combo. He's going to have to go to the warp tile south of Eastern.
And we all know mirror is going to be in Turtle Rock anyway. Although it actually does make more sense the way Elminster's doing it. He can walk down to the warp tile, like you said, rather than if he ends up in the dark world and does not find mirror, he won't be able to revert to the light world unless he save and quits, and then he'll have to start all the way back at Link's house.
And that's good to know, that when you do save and quit, that you're not trapped in the dark world forever.
Mm-hmm. So if you save and quit in the dark world, you will reset into the light world unless you both kill Aghanim and have the mirror. The mirror, for obvious reasons, you wouldn't be able to get back to the light world without it if they didn't make that change. But also, it's kind of another interesting tidbit that you might not think about. When you kill Aghanim, it opens up a portal at the Hyrule Castle drawbridge that takes you over to the pyramid in the dark world. And if they didn't put in that second requirement of killing Aghanim to save and quit onto the pyramid, then you would actually be able to exploit the logic by having Mirror go to the Dark World and save and quit, and get to East Dark World without killing Aghanim. And the developers of Randomizer, big shout outs to the developers as well, especially Carcat, MMX Base on Twitch, and VTorp. Those guys put a lot of work in the Randomizer of late, and then there's also Total and Desirect, of course, who are kind of like the grandfathers of Randomizer. But anyway, they said, no, we don't want the runners to exploit, the spawn point on Pyramid, so they also make you kill Aghanim. What's kind of funny, though, a lot of times that trips you up. You're in the Dark World and you think, alright, I need to start over somewhere, I need to go to Sanctuary, so you save and quit, and you forget that you've killed Aghanim and have the mirror, and you actually have to use the mirror before you save and quit.
And usually that brings out a grrrr out of me.
Sure. Let's also point out that Elminster is technically sequence breaking at this point, or at least the one chest that he had to go through dark rooms. The logic will never force you to do dark rooms without the lantern, but you always have the option of doing so. So whatever Elminster gets here, he's kind of tricked the game and gotten them a little early. But in any case, there is a crystal. So he's going to reset the room. What he has to do is he has to kill this Igor on the right, and that'll drop a small key. He's trying to hit him with a silver arrow, which would kill him in one hit, but it's a little tricky in the dark.
Down to a heart and a half. Also got to be a little careful, because if you end up going through there, you end up dying, you go back to the start of the dungeon.
Yeah, he's going to pick up this fairy again. Still has 49 arrows, though. He's looking good in that department. Benteezy with a really smooth blind fight. He'll be rewarded with his compass. So I'd say if he's going to use the sword, he may as well throw the cape on. I don't know if he might not throw the cape on unless he wants to eat the chicken. Cape on. Never mind. Okay, he killed an Igor, but it was apparently the wrong one because there's no key there. And there he goes.
Yeah.
Alright, Benteezy gonna check out a few overworld locations in Southern Dark World, starting with the shovel game.
Yep, the shovel game works as following. Any dig between 1 and 30. It's already been assessed which one's going to have the item. It might have the items. We're going to have people in chat guess the number between 1 and 30. What do you think the item's going to be?
23. 6.
So while cross product goes ahead and counts, we're going to go ahead and see Elminster make his way over to the Armos Knights. And, well, this is a big number. Anyone who bid less than 15 already
22.
lost.
Already has 11 hearts. Wow, I bet Elminster wishes he had those going through those dark rooms.
Definitely.
Skips the heart container. I always thought that NPC that runs the digging game looked kind of like Alec Baldwin's like spooky character from Beetlejuice when he like pulls his nose out and like Yo, Simple Sarah, thank you so much for the subscription. Speed high five indeed. And also Sock Monkey 1994, also an earlier subscription that we missed.
So while Benteezy's going on this world tour with the frog, there's a difference between what you saw in the spring tournament and what you see now, in the fact that this here, what Benteezy's doing, is part of what you can do with the frog now. Because now the logic allows you to save and quit with them.
Mm-hmm. You actually do not need the mirror to save the frog and reunite the Hammer Brothers. I don't think we've seen anyone go into the Hyrule Castle dungeon yet, where you normally would have to go, you know, Zelda's house. Flagrama! 6 months in a row! Wow, congratulations on the semiversary. Enjoy your sunglasses. Or Flagrama. So yeah, what's mirror?
Benteezy's gonna check the pyramid, I think, before we do anything else.
That's good. It's an oft-neglected overworld item, so getting it out of the way is always a good play. I mean, not really. Remembering that it's there is always good, but you know, without Lantern, you might be putting off Pod, or he might just want to try to do an all-encompassing route where he checks every little thing. Can't blame him for that either. Ooh, nice payoff.
And that is technically required by the game, because you do need to have at least the Master Sword in order to beat it.
Yep, required, plus it makes everything so much easier.
Benteezy, I don't know.
You won't be able to get in a pod. I don't think
you can spawn Kiki with the frog and toll.
I think Kiki will actually replace the frog. I think he's just going for like a tricky little Animorphs play here, where he turns the frog into a monkey.
Turning a frog into a monkey.
So, if you were, you know, like a mad scientist splicing genes of different animals, and you turned a frog into a monkey, or like combined a monkey and a frog, what would you call that animal?
Money grubber.
Money grubber. Oh, Kiki does like his rupees. Funky.
Now, obviously, we know why Benteezy's making this play. It's because he found the bow, so therefore, why not go in?
We do have a question about some of the logic changes here. Someone asked if dwarves can have mirror. The answer is very yes. The dwarf certainly can have mirror. A mirror is in no way required to take the frog back to the light world, since you can save and quit and return with the dwarf.
And we're going to see more sequence breaking on Elminster's behalf. And he did pick up the Cane of Samaria, which will be required this seed.
Yep, for both Turtle Rock and Misery Mire. So we will need at least one medallion as well, depending on what the requirement is, as well as the T-Rock lock.
Ooh, everyone's favorite enemy, the Dead Rocks.
Less rock, more dead.
And all that effort for 20 rupees.
A pretty decent tip from old man.
I'm certain Elminster would like to see something like a mirror, hook shot, something like that.
Yeah, he's only got one item here that he can grab, unless he finds one of those two.
Ooh, there's
and
a
technically this
right
is a
there.
sequence break anyway. So it's just a heart, piece of heart. You can't access that anyway. So he's gonna see what's inside Spectacle Rock, and just some rupees. One of the really nice things about sequence breaking, you know, if that item inside the cave happened to be lamp or something, it gives you a clue on other items in the progression. Like, for example, if he found lamp in there, he would know that flute has to occur somewhere before the Death Mountain progression, since you technically, quote, need lamp or flute to get up Death Mountain. Also, lamp is in pod.
Yeah, so many people are telling us that the lamp turned out to be in pod, which we missed seeing from Benteezy. The bottle that he found is important for another reason, and that is because that's the first bottle we see in all game. So our friend Benteezy will be able to visit the sick kid if he so decides to do so. And it's so weird at 27 minutes in that Elminster is just finally getting on over to the swamp, but this is how the seed is kind of opened up for these guys.
Alright, now this is the part where we have just enough information where we can speculate on what could be at the Master Sword pedestal. So, remember that the Master Sword pedestal can be basically anything that's not required to complete a pendant dungeon. So, it could be Fire Rod if Bamos turns up somewhere to get into Ice Palace. That would be a nice troll, since they will need Fire Rod to complete Turtle Rock and Trinex.
So, let's see. Yeah, Fire Rod, Ice Rod.
Oh, I'm an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot. Hey, Bamos!
Because of the bombos, now that definitely makes the Fire Rod possible in being in the pedestal.
And the other important thing, Skull Woods is a crystal. So we know that, Alright, so everyone want Fire Rod on pedestal? Yeah. They have books, so they can check it. The funny thing about Fire Rod being on pedestal is the runners are... Oh, really nice
Flippers!
Hammer jump there from Benteezy. We saw him practice that at the beginning of the stream, actually. You know, flippers required to finish Swamp Palace.
Yep, and they just got the flippers in pod.
You know, that also puts Ice Palace on the table. I mean, they could fake flippers. They could use a minor glitch to get into Ice Palace. At any rate, however, the game won't put anything important there unless it places flippers prior to Ice Palace in the logic progression. Speaking of fake flippers, there goes Elminster.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the amount of sequence breaking that Elminster's doing, to the point that he may fall himself so far off the logic that he might not be able to keep up with the breadcrumbs.
Did Benteezy just throw a bomb into that hole? Nice.
That's what you call a bucket. Alright, Hobo underneath the bridge has, well, a quarter heart.
Hey, buddy, spare a quarter heart.
What Elminster's trying to do right now is set up the reverse fake flippers to get out of the hobo so he can continue his path on over to Zora. Now, there's something that in this tournament that you didn't see in the first tournament, and that's called the Jesus Walk, because we're going to be seeing it from Elminster. You want to explain that, Cross Product?
Yeah, so basically, if you go into behind the waterfall while you're in the fake flipper state, and you leave the waterfall, for some reason somehow the code's written that you need Moon Pearl to perform this trick as well, but you'll see when Elminster comes out of the waterfall cave, he'll actually be walking on top of the water, and he'll be able to go in and pick up those chests as if he had landed on the ground.
Oh, and then Elminster gets the one little happening where if you fill up a heart container with a piece of heart, you go back in to the floor as if you're in water.
I didn't realize that, but since you exit the cave anyway, it's fine. Now you can actually get over to where King Zora is here pretty easily since you can walk on the water. You just have to make sure you don't step over a patch of grass, because that will actually pop you out of the water and remove the glitch.
You also got to make sure you don't get hit by the fireballs.
Blue cane.
Well, that's nice. Well, we got the blue cane on left side. Right side, it turned out Zora is worth a sword upgrade.
Yeah, that's not going to push the logic forward at all for Elminster, since he could technically get the Master Sword on top of the pyramid, but he probably will go over to the pyramid, and he'll get that much sought after Tempered Sword, which, just aside from... I mean, obviously, the final boss fight against Ganon is much easier since you can do slashes instead of spin attacks. If you have a Master Sword, you have to do spin attacks against Ganon to even deal damage. But yeah, I mean, everything, man. Tempered Sword's so good.
So now with the lamp in hand, it does look like Benteezy is going to go into Easter now. I don't think we saw anything good out of it from Elminster, but having the lamp, he won't have as many problems as Elminster did. And Elminster now is going to be going back to get into this one little spot that he didn't get to because he had no bombs the first time around.
Yeah, I don't think he checked Bottle Vendor either. I think Benteezy... Oh no, he did, because there was the 100 rupees in the well. But he's also going to check... Oh, he didn't get the bottle. So he can't check Sick Kid yet.
Yeah, the only bottle we've seen so far is the one that was in Pod and Benteezy's screen.
And, oh, I also did want to point out that although Elminster used the fake flippers glitch in getting over to King Zora, it's not required by the logic to have flippers to get over to Zora. You either need to have flippers and take that whirlpool, or you can just have a glove and walk over there. So the waterfall fairy, yes, this was a sequence break from Elminster, but King Zora was not.
So where's Elminster going to be going to next? Probably
Stumpy.
to do some digging and other various activities.
I'm trying to think if Benteezy did the Hammer Peg game.
I did not see him do it, so I don't think... I want to say no.
Say hi to Alec Baldwin. Remember, it's going to be 24 digs. This is normalized for both runners.
I think it was 22 you said, but yeah, it's the same number for both of these runners.
Ah. Well, I don't remember.
It was too long ago. We had a whole bunch of great subscribers to the Speed Gaming family of channels here, so that distracted us some, and wonder if Elminster's going to complete the Frog Tour now and see what Benteezy did not grab when he decided to go into Pod.
Yeah, but what a payoff Pod was anyway. At least with flippers and bombos. Which must be Screaming Ice Palace, though. That's amazing.
I think you're right. This is where the seed wants him to go, is Ice Palace.
I don't think either runner has actually checked the Ice Rod Cave either, northeast of Lake Hylia.
Yeah, they both skipped it.
Hype pod.
And you mentioned it earlier about all the things that could be in the pedestal. Everything that we do not see these runners have a legitimate shot at being in the pedestal right now. The hookshot could be, the boots could be, the fire rod, ice rod, the remaining medallions, the flute. I think even the mirror could be, if I'm correct.
The mirror can be, as long as the game gives them a hook shot to get in the Tower of Hera.
Okay, so it's either or in that case. That's correct.
Brett Smith counterfeiters. Give me 10 rupees, I'll give you 50 rupees.
I like getting more money back.
That's a good ROI. That's like anti-Zora.
Yeah, this is one of the rare times that Zora is actually worth something. I just wanted to point something out right now because I'm thinking of it. Technically, at this point, these guys have access to the bumper cave, and this is something that trips up newer runners. There's a chance that bumper cave could have the hookshot on the ledge.
Yeah, but it's going to be them going out of their way only to check one item, so they will probably be reluctant to do so.
Yeah, they're going to be reluctant to do so. It's just that dawned upon my mind that it's a possibility.
Gonna pause just a moment for station identification. You are watching twitch.tv/Speed Gaming on the Link to the Past Randomizer Network. Alright, we're back. Not much has happened yet. Benteezy's gonna get his piece of heart from the hobo. Not a sequence break for him as he's got the flippers. And Elminster is going to continue the not needing mirror to return the dwarves to also not need the mirror to return the purple chest. Let's see what Gary's got in his lunchbox today. What did your wife pack you?
20 rupees.
Here's money. Go buy lunch today, hun. XOXO, Mrs. Gary.
It's always fun when you find a fire rod in there because then that's what Mrs. Gary wanted you to fix up the lunch with.
That's a good one. Can you imagine someone packing you a lunch and just like giving you like a pouch with a little microwave in it? So this is Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament, where the only thing that's not random is the hype. Can I get some hypes from chat and from my fellow commentator, Adirondack Rick?
Hype?
Oh, alright, Benteezy's checking the Ice Rod Cave. So all the maps and layouts of the game are same as the Link to the Past that you know and love. Just the items have been shuffled around, so the runners are going to have to solve all new puzzles to figure out what leads to where.
I'm not quite feeling the hype after finding that piece of heart in the Ice Rod Cave.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Benteezy's probably going to get a tempered sword.
At some point in time, once he gets on over towards Zora, and I think he's making the play for it right now. Just a reminder, if you like Link to the Past Randomizer, be sure to also follow Speed Gaming 2, Speed Gaming 3, Speed Gaming 4. Some great races going on those channels in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I think Speed Gaming 2's got some bogey percent Earthbound right now as well. Type exclamation point schedule. Here, I'll do it right now. You get to see all the awesome tournaments going on the entire Speed Gaming network.
You mean there's more than just Link to the Past Randomizer on these channels?
I mean, I've heard. Let's see, let's take a quick peek here. We also have Final Fantasy Randomizer, Super Metroid Randomizer, Diddy Kong Racing Tournament, Link's Awakening DX. Where are we? 40 minutes in? I don't know if that counts as me randomly mentioning Link's Awakening though, because I was just looking at the schedule.
Well, yeah, Link's Awakening, and also don't forget the Master 15s this weekend.
Oh.
Oh wait, wasn't that last weekend? It was sometime.
Pokemon Puzzle League is Saturday night. Also, if you type !ALTTP, you get to see the more detailed schedule of this tournament, see who's racing whom, and there are actually 2 concurrent tournaments for Link to the Past Randomizer. I believe a lot of the secondary tournament matches are going on Randomizer Mania.
That's correct.
Yo, pedestal hype! Get your pedestal hype ready, boys and girls.
Okay, come
Let's
on.
see that fire rod. Come on.
I've never commentated a pedestal seed. Could this be the first one? Could we have something there? We have no increase arrow storage. One low price.
A low price of
the
repentant.
Dead. Oh. Don't worry, Ice Palace is going to have something good in it.
Yeah, that would be troll enough. Pendant Ice Palace and Cold Stairs got Fire Rod. I'll take that.
Good news is Elminster is heading on over to Pod. Will soon be united with a few key items that he's going to need to beat this game.
You know what would be really interesting, and it's extremely unlikely, but having like Fire Rod and Turtle Rock, and then the back half. Oh,
there's the mirror.
Narcissist kid.
Kid is just vain. He really likes looking at himself.
And here we thought he was sick in bed. He just didn't want to stop looking at himself in the reflection.
No, the problem is he's laying in bed because he's got a big zit on his nose and he doesn't want to go to school.
GT boots. So, as I was saying, Fire Rod could technically be in Turtle Rock, but it would mean having 2 small keys in the first 2 chests on like the left side in the Chain Chomp room, since you actually need Fire Rod to get the 2 other chests in the front half of Turtle Rock. But if they put Fire Rod there and then Ice Rod in, behind the monolith of Skullwoods, that would be a nice little backtrack adventure.
We all love our backtrack adventures in this game, but there's the Fire
Rod! Give me a break. Well, Benteezy loves to see that because he can actually complete his dungeon now. So, it just, I don't know, man. Something about version 26 in Skullwoods.
V26, visit Skullwoods ASAP. In this case, it turns out to have the vanilla Fire Rod.
Yeah, vanilla-ish. Chocolate Fire Rod.
Chocolate?
Yeah, did you ever have chocolate with jalapeno in it? Or like chili powder in it? Not jalapeno, that's
no.
weird. Yeah, you've never had chocolate with chili powder in it? Like a spicy Fire Rod chocolate?
No, good. I can't say that I have.
I've actually had a nice, I've had a nice stout. It was a beer that had like chocolate tones and chili in it. It was really good.
Was it a national brand or a local brand?
I honestly don't remember. It was some thing. It was probably, I don't know. I doubt it was national though, because the place where I got it is like well known for having a lot of craft beers.
That was quite the Mothula fight for Benteezy. And a piece of heart, second item. No further exploration needed.
That's good. Elminster's gonna be, quote, happy to find his flippers. But man, if he gets flippers and bombos, maybe that'll send him into Ice Palace. I mean, there's still so many items that we need right now. Oh, you have Candace already. Hookshot in order to finish Swamp Palace and Ganon's Tower, of course. 2 unknown medallion requirements and Ice Rod. And a small chance boots are required to finish Ganon's Tower.
And also, I believe boots are required. I believe boots are going to be required to get the big key off a torch in Desert Palace, if I am correct. And if that is the case, I do
believe that's actually a red rupee on top of the torch.
Well, in that case, never mind. But
actually, I'm pretty sure that they checked like the bowling room and such, and got the big chest in Desert Palace too.
Turned out just to be a red rupee over at the Bumper Cave, as Benteezy's going to go ahead and check the Lumberjack.
Oh yeah, Benteezy hasn't been over here to see this piece of heart yet. So when the runners do, if they eventually find boots, do you think they're going to go grab that half magic out of the library?
I think if it's not entirely out of the way, they probably will think about grabbing it, because you definitely have to go peek yourself into Turtle Rock, and you want to have magic for our dear friend Trinex, who is a pain in the butt.
It is a really nice upgrade. And remember, you can find half magic books and lots of other books too if you run to your local library. Elminster taking a death warp here since he's not grabbed the mirror from the Vane Kid yet. He did go into the spike trap room and get Bomba, so he's just going to look to finish Helmasaur King.
So far, that one bottle that was in the basement here of Pod is the only one we've seen.
Yeah, it could very well be the bottle. I usually, when it's placing item requirements and playing out the whole logic and item sequence, if it does put something at the sick kid, usually there's like the bottle that the logic expected you to get, and this could be it.
Well, considering the mirror was there, well, you had the possibility of poking your head into Ice Palace. The next question is, could there be a vanilla hookshot in Swamp?
Yeah, there are a lot of chests in Swamp that you can access before getting the hookshot. There's, let's see, 4 items, I think. There's the Waterfall Room, the Double Chest Room, and Argus. 4 items that are in the back half that you need hookshot to get to.
Benteezy is going to give us an update of what's on the Ether tablet. Well, that sucked.
Oh, flute. So wow, that no hookshot yet means that the mirror was required to get that flute. So yeah, that flute is going to open up Misery Mire, 3 overworld locations plus 2 dungeon items if they can find. Oh, well, actually no, Misery Mire cannot yet be entered unless they find hookshot or boots to get past the entrance.
Yeah, but you can get yourself the intelligence of what you need, but I think Benteezy might be going to get some intelligence over here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, he's not going to leave just yet. He can't flute away until he rescues the duck anyway.
So if I was looking at that correctly, in the chat, who's already corrected me 300 times already today,
That's what they're there for. We do
Exact-
appreciate you guys paying attention. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I call them the 1,000 pairs of eyes, then that's exactly what they are. But I believe all Benteezy found was after he got the flute was a small key, and well, that means you got to spend about a minute going downstairs to get the big key. Hey, there's your second bottle.
Right, which is actually behind the mirror in the logic, so it's not the bottle that I was talking about. At least not yet. Unless Hookshot turns out somewhere. Is Elminster going into Ice Palace? The
Well,
dream.
that's a good idea for Elminster.
Yeah, he can still find, I mean, like, Boots or Hookshot here would be really nice for him.
Just the pair together, the Bombos and the... No, he's thinking about it. Is he going to... No! He says
Oh,
goodbye.
the fake out. Wow.
It's like he got in there and then he realized
Well, you know
no
what?
Bombos.
I don't know, but he's got...
Well, he's got the Bombos, but it's like he saw the Bombos and he's like, do I really want to use Bombos? throughout this
Maybe
entire
he's
dungeon?
thinking with flippers he can go in the swamp, but he would be incorrect. Because you actually need mirror to enter Swamp Palace.
Oh, that's right. You also got to remember what Ice Palace is.
Okay,
Well, there's the second bottle that's behind the mirror.
Wow. Okay, he's going... does he actually have crystals 5 and 6 already? Oh, he
Yes,
does. He can buy the OJ bomb. He can check Fat Fairy and get that tempered sword on top of Pyramid.
You still call that an OJ bomb? I call it a cherry bomb.
I guess there are orange cherries. I'll give it to you. It does have that long stem too. They have cherries of all sorts of colors. Things they come up with these days, sure, I'll tell you. Alright, so there are 4 chests up here Benteezy will not be able to get since he doesn't have Boots or Hookshot. He will be able to check the T-Rock lock, see what medallion he needs to get in there.
Come on, have it be something that's not Bombos.
And have it be like Ether. I love it. Aw, boring. It was Bomba. But don't worry, there's still the misery remirement. So it looks like he's actually heading back over to Tower of Hera, or did he forget Ether Tablet?
I think he might be checking Spike Cave.
Possibly. Yeah, you're right.
Because by the logic, he does have what he needs to get in there.
Oh, did Elminster not get the tempered sword off a pyramid? Whoops. Maybe he thought he went there already.
Yeah, here we go. Ice Palace, round 2.
So another interesting update to version 26 is the logic will not place an important item in this cave where Benteezy is unless you have Cape or Blue Cane. He's got both, and obviously neither is really hard required. You could use Hookshot to bypass a lot of damage in there, take some bottles with medicine, whatever. But the item placement logic does require one of those two. It thinks you need it, but you don't.
If only you had a nice little tracker device with a map on there that lets you know if you have what you need to get into certain places.
I always wanted one, that's why I made one. Oh, it looks like the Mighty Ducks are immune to the silver arrows? Wow. Yeah, just use the bombos.
Time for the Spag Duck Anthem.
All rise.
Thank you, everybody.
Vitor, everyone say hi to Vitor, one of the developers of Link to the Past Randomizer. How you doing today, buddy? You know I don't go into Spike Cave and Oko. I do low percent, dude.
And now Benteezy is going to give us some more information about this seed in regards to what is required to get into Mire. As you pointed out a little bit ago, he does not have what he needs to get inside because you need the boots. Oh, come on, Bombos again.
Ah. So yes, the goose is loose, or as I like to say, the duck is unstuck. So this allows the 3 overworld items here. Benteezy going to be looking for that hook shot or boots to enter Misery Mire, and the Cane of Samaria to finish it. Elminster setting up a bomb jump here. Nails it.
The cleverly known as IPBJ.
Ooh, you don't want the red mail? It wouldn't take that long to get it. Peanut butter and jelly. Ice peanut butter?
It's peanut butter jelly time.
It's peanut butter jelly.
Moving on now.
When it's, I guess you could say time if it's time to do it. Oh, it's over. Oh, Benteezy, I'm going to take another crack at that frog. Since he's got the mirror, he's going to be able to do it much faster. And also with mirror and flute, going to be able to return Gary's lunch money much faster as well. I'm really hoping Elminster finds some value in this ice palace.
So far, we haven't seen anything.
It's still good to execute that bomb jump since you can go through all these doors backwards and you don't need the key to get through them. You do still need the big key to open the big chest, however.
And Peg Cave, which we already saw from Elminster, turned out not to be anything important.
What did I call this room that Elminster's in? I named this room something I liked, like Ice Hook or something. I don't remember. Or it's like, it looks kind of like a hook or a sideways question mark. Ice Tea room just has the compass. He'll go upstairs to... This room looks kind of like an egg with that's cracked open. And there's the extreme hockey rink. Benteezy's gonna get his counterfeit money. Is that what I called it? Cold question mark festival. Okay.
Perfectly executed bomb jump there by Elminster, because if he didn't do that, then he'd be pretty much stopped here because he's got no hook shot.
Right. So that bomb jump may be a little easier to set up than the one in the room with the pink jellyfish.
Please remember that you only have a half a heart now, though, Elminster. You don't want to have to go all the way back.
Where does he? Because he doesn't have mirror. Maybe he's setting it up. Benteezy looks like he's going to check out your bumper cave, or... What?
This is a very weird path that he's going to do some exploration. He's checking Graveyard Ledge.
He's checking Graveyard Ledge, but I don't think bumper cave's been checked yet.
Benteezy did when he checked the Lumberjack, I believe.
Well, that explains it.
Hey, Vanilla Ice, big key location. Magic powder!
A fetch quest, dude.
Do you want a fetch quest?
Well, Elminster is in Frozen Palace. And Benteezy has the bag of snow.
Elminster is just making me completely nervous with that half a heart left.
Oh boy, he's dancing with disaster right now. But he knows the steps. Shout dare! So the Magic Powder does open up an item location for Benteezy, the Bat Cave, in the east side of Kakariko Village. But he's just gonna go on into Swamp Palace. It is a crystal. He can clear it up to the point where he needs Hookshot. And there are 6 items in there. He could potentially find 5 of them if Map and Compass are behind the Hookshot spot.
Or he's gonna check Haunted Grove.
Yeah, the mirror spot south of the Grove. So really getting, really thinking that mirror unlocks the next step of his progression.
Now Elminster's no longer in danger. He now gets to the point where he can get some fairies to help him out. But that was a nice, scary about 2 minutes there for Elminster. But here's another problem for him. He does have Bombo, so he doesn't need a full magic. But
the 2 jars might be enough. I think Bombos uses about a quarter of your bar. I'm guessing he's done the math. He knows what he's doing.
Just worries me that this fight's not going to go well for him, Elminster, and this is going to be a long drop back down if he ends up dying.
But you can always use pause buffer strats. One of the big X factors in this fight is the ice cubes falling from the sky, whether they do the plus sign maneuver or the X maneuver. But as they're breaking on the ground, you can press start or select. Or in vanilla, use a magic item, and you'll get a little text box pop up and you can see which way they're breaking up. But he's got blue mail too, so I'm feeling pretty good for him.
Yeah, he's saying this easy, although he just got tackled just a little bit. But I think he'll be fine if he just keeps up with this pace here. He's not going way too ambitious. Oh, now he's in trouble.
Yeah, one of the unfortunate facts as well is that he was right next to Tempered Sword and didn't realize it earlier in this run.
Yeah, back when he used up the Pyramid Bomb, which is what we just saw from Benteezy.
Yeah, nobody's checked Catfish, have
and
they?
He's got him down.
Nice. Well,
And the Riot Shield, no progression.
It's not even like technically a faux progression because he does have Cape and Blue Cane. The Mirror Shield does actually play into the logic in version 26. There are 4 chests in Turtle Rock guarded by eyeballs that shoot lasers. And if you do not have the Blue Cane or the Cape, the logic could it's another soft requirement, kind of like having the Cape or Blue Cane to get through the Spike Cave. There's a soft requirement of a Cape / Blue Cane / Mirror Shield to get any items in that room.
Yeah, but the problem is as you mentioned before, he already had the other 2 parts of that, the Cane and the Magic Cape. So that is no progression. Though the way that just gave both of them to Elminster makes me wonder what's on that laser bridge now.
So Benteezy gonna go visit Zelda's house? I mean, I'm guessing she doesn't live in the Sanctuary, and the only other place I've seen her is in this jail cell, so I can only assume she lives here. Wow, okay. Oh, we've already seen that.
Yeah, there's the Cane of Burna the Cane of Samaria for Benteezy. Now, here's the thing. That now officially opens up Turtle Rock.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, though,
you can't.
I don't know if we're even looking for anything else. Oh, except Hookshot, but I mean, they can do basically everything but Swamp Palace without Hookshot. So the trolliest thing that could really happen at this point is having Hookshot in Turtle Rock, but oh, okay. This could actually be really trolly. If they put Hookshot in Turtle Rock and Ice Rod at the end of Swamp Palace, we could still hope for some troll, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it.
I love the way you think. Elminster is going to be getting the Fire Rod in just a moment.
Yeah, as we're just passing the hour mark here, don't forget to follow the runners, Benteezy and Elminster. These are the guys doing the real work. We just make jokes and laugh at their expense and watch them suffer. These are the guys really putting on the show. Them and the Speed Gaming community, Speed Gaming admins, Fiesel, I think is doing the restream tonight.
Fiesel's a beast. So the next stop for Benteezy. Oh, that's right. He got some magic powder. Let's go see where that turns. How'd you feel if some stranger came into your house and sprinkled magic powder on you?
What kind of magic powder? Are we talking like powdered sugar? Or like dandruff?
I have no idea.
Snowflakes? Better not be.
Really
If it's glitter, okay. If it's glitter though, like if it's glitter, like I'm like straight up. What's that thing where like you're allowed to torture people that sneak into your house? Like if they throw glitter at me, or maybe I might be misremembering something from social studies, but it better not be glitter. That's all I'm saying.
We're never told what's in that magic powder mix. Elminster greeting that fire rod with a sword slash. He probably didn't really like fighting it in its vanilla location. Or a vanilla dungeon, rather. Oh, Benteezy went over to the right-hand side, over towards the bridge to find out. That's right. I don't have the thing that gets me across it.
And he equipped Bombos. Maybe he thinks he can take out the dead rocks or the boulders with it. That would be really sweet. So Elminster has not even gone to the sick kid to get his mirror yet. But he is going to finish up Skull Woods, which is a crystal dungeon.
A lot of times in version 26, you see the sick kid with nothing good. This is one of those rare times when he has something good, and the longer you delay it, the further behind you're going to get.
I have seen the bow at sick kid, actually. Is Benteezy gonna... Benteezy has left an item in Tower of Hera, remember that. That could come back to bite him, possibly.
Yeah, but he's going to Turtle Rock. He's making the play.
Yeah, he is gonna hope to at least find Ice Rod here so we can finish it out. I'm gonna hope that it's Hookshot and Ice Rod is in Swamp Palace. And Elminster doesn't know it yet, but he's gonna hope that Hookshot is in Tower of Hera.
No. Cross product. I'm gonna disagree with your wishes and dreams. I'm gonna say that Hookshot's your way into Misery Mire, and the Ice Rod's in there.
Oh, that could be good too. Or it could be Hookshot to Boots to Ice Rod. Wait. No, it could be Boots in Turtle Rock to get Hookshot out of Mire to get Ice Rod out of Swamp. But it's not that much of a troll because either way, it's not going to require a Misery Mire revisit. Plus, it gives them boots, and nobody wants to see anyone get boots in version 26. You want them to suffer like you did last time you played, and boots were in Ganon's tower. So there's the big key. Fire Rod will be required to progress here, so good for Benteezy that he's got it.
One thing we still don't know about this seed was... Oh, that's why you don't swing at those jellies. One thing we don't know about this seed, what does Sarashla have?
Yeah, it could be any of those required items that we've been mentioning.
And thankfully, Benteezy remembers that because he doesn't have the hookshot, he's going to have to do this the long way.
He's going to have to do it the Oko way. If you're doing Oko, don't fall into the pit of thinking that you can just hookshot to one of those lamps.
Why not? Wouldn't it be fun to fall down and then find out, oh wait, that's right.
There's nothing fun about one-hit KO.
Then why do people want to watch it?
Because they're not the ones running it.
Good point.
People just like adding to the death counter.
That's why people watch these, to watch the trolls go full in, full out.
So, yeah.
The viewers are winning
Oh,
this.
Elminster forgetting to shoot the tattletale lady.
And he still also forgot to bring back the bottle to Sick Kid.
Oh, is he going in? Is he going into the tavern? Ah. He's gonna be.
He's still. Oh, come
he's
on!
Really gonna have
Here
to
we go.
He's really gonna have to do some long reflecting on this situation after he finds this item.
I think his reflection will be on a stream of pears.
Oh yeah, we're at over an hour in. We're really late on the pear puns. Let's make Elminster pear-round.
I think he wants to burn this VOD after this thing's done, unless he can get a comeback coming soon. No wonder the Seed's the first person who's going to be finding the things needed. There's the ice rod!
Wow, so Benteezy will at least be able to finish Turtle Rock, even though he will have to revisit Death Mountain. He at least won't have to do Turtle Rock again.
My hopes and dreams just went out the window, and hoping that we could have a nice trail of events that requires a double dip of Turtle Rock. Could Elminster be making a play that can get him closer to where the hookshot is? Well, he's going to be following in Benteezy's footsteps, so probably not.
And he's already got Red Cane, so he'll be able to get into Turtle Rock. Yeah, which we know has the Ice Rod, but he doesn't have the Tempered Sword, so that's going to make the Trinex fight really difficult.
Alright guys, what do you think the Mimikate is going to have this time around?
Wavy Coin. Sword Beams, what a troll. Your number one enemy.
I know, I'd like to see the single arrow. Nope.
Alright, so one thing, as I've mentioned, that could possibly close the gap is if Hookshot turns out to be the item that Benteezy left in Tower of Hera, and Elminster goes in there and full clears it.
That gives Benteezy a lot of things to reflect on that Elminster's been reflecting upon already. The question is, who's going to make the play? Who's going to make the play that we haven't seen from either of the runners just yet?
And there's that flute. Elminster's probably going to be playing the blues on that thing. Ooh, I like that double hit from the Cane of Samaria that Elminster did there. Hit the crystals in good timing. So Elminster is going to take that small key, go into the basement, where he will find the big key, which will unlock the second major item that Benteezy has passed up.
If it's a major item, then, well, this is part of the Elminster comeback. And Benteezy, trying to run to the goal line, got tackled.
I watch sports too.
I can tell once you get the reference. Ball catching net, that's a no.
Oops.
Falling off the edge, that's a no, too.
And there's the boots. Nice. It's going to make it easier to get the rest of these chests.
300 rupees, the other one's going to be a key. And Trinex is going to have the map.
Pretty good value here. The only problem is that there's always a slight inefficiency of doing Turtle Rock anything but last. Since it's always nice to just take that straight shot from Turtle Rock over to Ganon's Tower. But the boots might actually make up for it themselves. Well, probably not. Not this late in the run.
Depends on what the boots lead to. That could still be a Bonk Rock or King's Tomb to gain the hook shot.
Or Misery Mire.
50 rupees was the other item in Tower of Hera.
Oh, that's a shame.
Elminster's gonna have to make a play. And that's not the play he needs to make. We need to see him make a play that we haven't seen from Benteezy.
Which would be Swamp Palace, I think.
Which definitely would be Swamp Palace.
He's gonna unlock the duck before he does anything else.
But that boot does give Benteezy access to Misery Mire now.
Alright, Elminster gonna do his duck call. I'll stop that, sorry.
Well, rip our ears.
Oh, man.
Look at the what faces.
Yeah, hey guys, everybody, thank you so much for joining me for my last ever commentary on speed gaming.
Oh my goodness. Everyone's not liking what you did.
I should have practiced.
Now we know why Cross the Product didn't make it on to American Idol. Outshot at the gigs too. The boots were required.
Oh boy.
And at 1 hour 17:41, Benteezy is in. Go mode. I hope Elminster doesn't plan on going in. And we're not going to get a bird toss because Bombos fries the Myrtledactyl, and Elminster knows he can't go in, so he's just opening up the portal.
Yeah, a little high five there. Elminster opening it up and leaving.
And Benteezy ended up swinging and missing as he tried to bonk against the single block. Now, the problem with his bonk there is now that's not going to make it so he will not have Beam Sword for this room. This is one of the few rooms where Beam Sword actually does you some good.
Yeah, actually, the Wizrobes, as powerful as they are offensively, very low in the health department, and a single sword beam attack will kill them.
Yeah, totally the opposite of what you see out of them in the first Zelda game.
Elminster taking a trip straight back up here, and looks like only place he's got to go from here is Turtle Rock, I believe. So
yeah,
that's
and I think
that's the progression he needs.
It definitely is. Oh, there's the mushroom. Sadly, we're not going to see what the mushroom gets until we get to the end credits. Elminster, I think, might be thinking twice about his options as he took a look at the map, but he's going to could carry on. So now we know that the boots were definitely required this seed. Because I was going to wonder if Elminster found the boots last, or if he wasn't going to find the boots at all. What would he do if it turned out that the big key was on the torch?
In Ganon's tower?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're gonna have to have the boots to get in there anyway, right?
Now we know you do, yep.
Yeah, I guess it's a hindsight thing.
Oh, yeah. But Elminster making the play for Turtle Rock. Problem is at this point, he's probably, I'd want to say about 6-7 minutes behind.
I guess I would say if there's something that's possibly required, for instance, boots to finish Ganon's tower, red cane to finish Ganon's tower, I would check the spots that are like on the way in the crystal dungeons I'm doing. Like Swamp Palace, I would get the double chest room and the waterfall chest, but I probably wouldn't go to the west wing. I would just, get what's convenient to get and hope that I either find boots or don't need boots. I don't think I'm checking every single location for it.
Totally understand what Elminster's doing here. Is he's still opening chests because he's still lacking 2 items to beat this game. But
he didn't get the magic refill.
He's still only with the
He didn't pick up the magic jar. He won't be able to open Turtle Rock.
He already did.
Then he's okay.
Wait, I thought
he opened Mire. Did he open Turtle Rock?
I guess not. Okay. Not certain what's going on with Elminster at this point. Benteezy about to fry some eyeballs with some silver arrows.
Ugh. Sharp things and eyeballs. The Turtle Rock is open. I knew that. That makes sense, because he would have taken the portal. Yes. But there's the magic jar in the vestibule that... Okay, he's good. He's got that sweet mirror shield, too. So where do you think that 4th sword upgrade is?
Ganon's tower.
I'm gonna say Argus has it.
Interesting spot for it. So we had Fetch Quest City in Misery Mire with both the mushroom as well as the shovel, but we're never going to see what the 2 yield, except for what they reference in the credits.
Oh yeah, that is a big old go mode for Benteezy, yeah. It's been since he got that hook shot.
Definitely, and Elminster's still checking chests, but this is the spot where he needs to go make sure that everything is taken care of here in Eastern Death Mountain.
Let's just hope that sword is somewhere, otherwise Elminster's gonna have to do spin attacks against Ganon. So Elminster did not enter Turtle Rock. He's gonna do Swamp Palace, so we're gonna see both runners in the same dungeon at the same time, but just remember Elminster still has to do Misery Mire, still has to do Turtle Rock, and Benteezy has already checked those both off.
And now by this move, Elminster's going to have to double dip Swamp Palace.
Right, because that's true. Again, Boots and Turtle Rock, which were required to get the hook shot, which he'll need to finish Swamp Palace. This stings.
It's tough for us to watch, and also to remember the fact that Elminster's going to be checking all of these chests on the way up.
Well, meanwhile, Benteezy's just going to skip every single item as he is in go mode.
And with Tempered Sword and Silver Arrows, he has no reason to check a single chest. This is just one of those standard version 26 seeds that require you to go into Turtle Rock before you go into your final dungeon of the game.
Yeah, I wonder if Elminster had had Ice Rod if he would have gone into Turtle Rock. Little does he know that it's in the big key chest. He's sure gonna be disappointed when he doesn't find Hookshot here.
I think he'll be disappointed when he hears that joke.
Well, hopefully he won't want to watch the VOD.
Apparently, he wants to burn this VOD.
I didn't know he was a pyromaniac. Burning everything.
One silver arrow to Argus knocks him down. And there's your sword! Yep, you were right!
No way! I mean, I knew it.
You're a witch, burn the witch.
I have a clip titled Bad Joke. That could be any of a number of things.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Benteezy gets ready to ascend the Death Mountain for a final time, Cross Product will get some pair puns as he makes the normal announcement about the 22 chest and such. Go ahead.
So guess a number between 1 and 22. Will it be in the first pair of chests in Ganon's Tower on the east side? Will it be in Stalfos' room? Who knows? That's why it's a guess.
Will he have to kill 3 pairs of Armoses?
Or will it be in the... Can't be pair every time. Maybe he's prepared to do a right side gamble.
Well, it won't be paired.
Maybe if we commentator curse him, he'll hire a paralegal to sue us. No hook shot. He's gonna have to go around and drop down again to the right side, Elminster.
That's a good one that somebody just brought up. We're bringing despair to Elminster.
This pair or to that pair? He likes pairs. So I just had this idea as commentary, just to make commentary a little smoother. You know, just give a little questionnaire to the runners. I asked them before the race. Number 1, how do you pronounce your name? Number 2, you know, what gender should we use to refer to you? And number 3, you know, just a little fun fact, a little personal thing, like what's your favorite color? What's your favorite cereal? Do you have any like crippling fears that would be fun to know about? And I asked them their favorite color. Benteezy said purple, and Elminster said pear. So I don't know. I don't understand. Actually, he said pear is the answer to gender. I don't know what he means by that. Maybe he means he... Never mind. This is a G-rated stream.
Yeah, if you want to go any deeper than that, then this definitely will be your last time on Speed Gaming. By the way, we're coming up to chest number 3.
Yeah, we did have a right side gamble for Benteezy, huh?
There it is!
Oh, man! He's gonna need a small key. He can get it in his next room that he just teleported to. Under one of these skull pots. He remembers which one to pick up!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guess chest number 5, you win the game. You win a bushel of pears.
So yeah, Elminster still has a lot of work ahead of him. He's going to do Turtle Rock. Fortunately, we'll be able to clear it since the Ice Rod's here. Then after grabbing Boots, he's going to have to find it in King's Tomb. Go to King's Tomb and find the hookshot, rather. And then do Swamp Palace and Misery Mire. And hopefully he checks the overworld spots with the Boots before using the Boots to access Misery Mire, because the last thing he wants to do is a full clear of a dungeon. He doesn't have to.
People asking why don't they get a partridge and a pear tree? Well, it's not Christmas time yet. We haven't made it to Halloween yet. We can wait. No more puns? What are we supposed to talk about?
Yeah, what are we supposed to tell you to follow the runners?
Absolutely.
Shout outs to
follow them.
Feasel.
Absolutely. Give a big shout out to Fizo, who's now in day number, what is this? Day number 24 of the tournament. Been working his butt off to get these races on.
That's only this tournament.
That was after the very successful standard tournament back in the spring, the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament, the various other things that he helps out with.
SNES Mania was really cool. That was probably one of my favorite things on Speed Gaming. They had the Super Nintendo Marathon. Best marathon for best console. What's your favorite thing to do to a pear? I like to pare the skin off with a peeler.
Ladies and gentlemen, cross product.
Get thee to a punnery. I don't remember which Shakespeare play that's. I think it's Hamlet, right? I think it's Hamlet talking to Ophelia, right? Or someone talking to Ophelia in Hamlet. Well, I'm about to get like wrecked if that's not right.
I can't remember. That was my freshman year in theater, my freshman theater course.
Of course, that was nunnery, which was a euphemism for something that's completely not a nunnery. Alright, phew!
Benteezy quickly done.
Well, you can't spell Shakespeare without pear. Oh, skipping the validation chest.
Nice red pick up there for Elminster. You must bring us a shrubbery. People posting Dairy Queen. What's your favorite thing at Dairy Queen, cross product?
Oh, every time I go to Dairy Queen, not even kidding. A little out there, not like one of their big like brand name items, but they've got a lot of different flavor shots. I love vanilla milkshake with flavor shots of marshmallow and peanut butter. So basically make like a little fluffernutter milkshake. It's so good.
That actually sounds pretty good. Now I wish I had a Dairy Queen near me.
I go to Dairy Queen. There's one near my grandmom's house, and every time I take her out to play bridge, I usually go to Dairy Queen afterward.
Benteezy not having a fun Aga too, but finally gets him knocked down. Heading over to Ganon in just a moment.
So I don't get it. Is Ganon a vampire? He turns into a bat.
It's a perfect time to disguise yourself as a vampire. It's October, isn't it?
Octoberween. It's coming up.
We just gotta get through the last day of September first.
I'm sorry. I was looking at chat. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just mentioning it was the last day of September. You can go ahead and talk about what the chat had to say.
I'm a vampire, and such a classic Strong Bad line from Strong Bad emails, which I was actually thinking of because I said Octoberween.
See, chat completely forgave you for that bad rendition of the Spag Duck theme.
Shh, don't remind him.
Well, unfortunately, the VOD's going to remind them every single day for the rest of their lives, plus the ringing in their ears.
Yes, when you wake up tomorrow and you can't hear and you oversleep because you've gone deaf and your alarm clock doesn't wake you up, you remember why. Oh, is this going to be a triple coming up for Benteezy? Ah, so close. Really nice double into a final hit though. Benteezy finishing up Ganon. Let's hope that he makes it across the bridge without falling into the pit. Not into the pit! It burns! That's what Ganon says in one of the Totally Canon games.
Elminster just got the boost just as Benteezy ended up going across the finish line. He does win the race, 1:36.34, the official SRL time.
Yeah, congratulations to Benteezy.
We're gonna come up with some good puns for him. We've let the pairs take too much of a spotlight in this race.
Yeah, they've been too apparent. We need to hide them away and make better puns for other guy.
A certain person in the IRC, and I won't mention his name, is warning them to beware of the swag. But we already know that Elminster is going to burn this VOD and any memory out of this VOD out of his memory bank.
You know, actually, you know what I should have done? You guys know how to get a VOD muted, right? Do 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 do.
Well, hello.
It's the Moon song from DuckTales. That's how you get your VOD muted.
You want to know the other way? Do 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 do. Just do the Zelda 1 overworld theme. Then you get DJ cover this to cover it up. By the way, welcome Benteezy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What have you walked into, Benteezy?
You come into two grown men serenading you.
I mean, it's a nice reward. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Well, congratulations on the win, anyways. So, what do you think was the play that ended up getting you the win?
Turtle Rock with no ice rod?
That indeed was it.
Yeah, that's it. I felt like it was a good play at the time. Like, it was, if you wanted to do a crystal dungeon, it was between Turtle Rock with no ice rod or Swamp Palace with no hook shot. And there's more items in Turtle Rock, technically. So,
right, more that you can access without the respective item, yeah.
Yeah, so
well,
I was a little worried he had found the cane really early because it was an escape. And I was worried he had just dove in whenever he went to Death Mountain.
Funnily enough, he actually did find the red cane really early, but didn't utilize it.
That's because he got late Fire Rod.
Okay. This was a hilarious seed. I think this is... So it was Lamp and Pod, which is required for Pod. Fire Rod and Skull, which is required for Skull. Ice Rod and Turtle Rock, which is required for Turtle Rock.
And then the boots at Laser Bridge, which was required to get the hook shot out of King's Tomb, which Elminster did not do, so we're going to see more of this Misery Mire than you gave us.
Oh yeah, the fetch quest Misery Mire with shovel and mushroom. Yeah, I was so glad that was a go mode dungeon.
So how about that pod in all actuality? Let's see. There's 5 items in pod, and I think almost all of them were required.
I remember bombos, flippers, and lamp. I don't know what the other 2 were.
Bottle, which got you the mirror.
Oh yeah.
And I think the 5th was technically semi-required because it was the cane of the cane of Burna, which technically is required for the laser bridge in addition to the cape.
I definitely used it until I got my boots, and then I was like, oh, now I can laser skip.
Good, nice NMG strat showcase there.
Yeah, that seed was very nice towards NMG players because we had an early tempered sword. Well, at least I did because I went to Zora early. So I don't know if he looks like is he still on Master Sword?
He's still on Master Sword.
Elminster went to check the Fat Fairy, took the OJ bomb up to the pyramid, but did not actually grab the sword upgrade there.
Oh,
I actually thought he had checked it already.
Okay, that makes sense. That happens sometimes.
Oh, how about that Argus with the butter sword just before you went on to Gannis Tower?
I was a little mad I missed the 0 cycle. I was like, let me swag for the stream, and then I didn't get a hook dash on the first one, so the puff hit me, and I was like, man, I was upset. But the butter sword was nice, because I was like, the main thing that was worrying me was if he had found boots before me, and if he had found like a better sword than me earlier on. Because like those are the ways people gain time on you like really early.
Like the 2 biggest plays was he did not go into pod as early as you did, which meant he was behind as far as getting all those key items were concerned. And then the second portion was the late play to Turtle Rock. But then also he went through Ice Palace, which turned out to be absolutely trash. It gave you 2 shield upgrades, but no, you didn't need those.
Shield Palace?
Pretty much.
Thanks from the GGs from everybody in chat. Really appreciate it. I definitely practiced really hard for this race. I was really disappointed with myself after the last race. So I wanted to make him beat me. I was like, I'm just not gonna miss anything. I'm gonna be thorough. Like if he gambles something and finds an item, then he can beat me. But I'm not gonna like forget something and like beat myself like I did last time.
That's cool. The hard work definitely showed and obviously paid off with your victory here tonight. So it's one of the things I always like to point out. I mean, these runners aren't just doing a race for an hour or 2 for you guys. They're putting a lot of practice in on their respective streams between races as well.
All of the SRL races, all that kind of things. They're just trying to make sure that they can make all the moves they need to do in order to beat their opponents. And congratulations on your week 4 win.
Thank you. 1 more win for guaranteed groups.
Yeah, so that's 3-1 right now for you. So
yeah.
So how about that Misery Mire that turned out to be Fetch Quest Mire?
Well, Elminster is probably going to show us what those items have, unfortunately for him.
Well, judging by the ending credits on Benteezy's screen, it turns out you're probably going to get 10 arrows from the mushroom. And I missed to see what the digging game was.
Alright, the old Stumpy text gives you something related to what's in the digging item, which would normally be the flute.
This race was really different for me because usually I plan my steps like 3 to 4 steps ahead, but every time I got to the first step of my loop, it would be like, here's a key item, and I would be like, oh, what do I do now?
Interesting. Elminster's going to go dig up the item and then flute back to the witch's hut, since any screen transition will activate the item inside the witch's hut, so he's going to use these screen transitions instead, which I think probably is faster since he's not going to have to do any walking back and forth.
Just before we move on, before we continue on with this, reminder that coming up in just a little bit, we're going to have another race here on Speed Gaming as Penguin Puff takes on Patty.
Is Elminster gonna check the pyramid now? Does he realize he didn't get that item on the pyramid yet? Interestingly, he hasn't checked the flanctuary items though, which is... We know that's where he wants to go.
Is he? Oh, he's missing hook shot. Right?
Did he get the hook shot and we didn't see it? Oh, he's
No.
checking Pamo's tablet.
He might check the front half of Swamp, thinking it's vanilla.
He already has.
Oh no. Okay, I got really lucky this race. I left an item in Hera. I went to Turtle Rock with no ice rod. My route in Skull Woods, which is usually what I do when I want to check like Bumper Cave or something afterwards, I do it back to front so that I can be at the front when I'm done with Skull Woods and just walk to wherever I want to go. Wound up giving me the 2 items back to back, so I got to skip like all of Skull Woods basically. So that was really good.
Yeah, how about the fire rod there that decided to tell you, no, I guess you're going to be clearing this dungeon out now.
I don't know if you guys saw me just like pause and like surprised. I was like, oh, wait, what?
That was a beautiful Mothula fight, by the way.
Thank you. I was actually surprised. I thought I only hit him 3 times, but I guess the spin hit him and he didn't recoil or something. I don't know, but it worked out. Because usually with the boots, you get the double hit at the beginning, so...
Elminster's gonna check Catfish, hopefully... Well, no, he doesn't have hookshot, so he's not gonna be able to go over to King's Tomb from the Dark World. But since he's got Gold Glove, he can mirror over to there anyway.
Yeah, all he needs to do is make it over to King's Tomb, and there's your answer.
Although, honestly, the save and quit would be faster than walking over there anyway.
Just go right straight to the Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll let you guys finish wrapping this up. Thank you so much for commentating, guys.
Oh, thank you, Benteezy. Put on a great show for us tonight.
So just before you go, though, I have one more question. Now at 3-1, one more to make the race, one more to make group stage without having to play in the race off. What's your thoughts going into week number 5?
It's tough because a lot of the people that are 2-1 are really good, and they have some interesting matchups coming up. I know, like, people like Aznab, ACM, Gerdo, they're obviously like the favorites going into their race, but it is randomizer, anything can happen. So,
and even after what happened tonight, Christos Owen is part of that 3-1 crew too now.
Oh, Crystal's lost today? I was doing homework all day, I didn't even know.
Benteezy brought up another really good point there. One of the really awesome things about randomizer and races and tournaments involving randomizer is that a lot of times, you know, luck plays a little bit of a factor. Not so much that the, you know, victor is always just completely randomized, but enough that it makes the races interesting. I mean, if you were to see, you know, a straight no glitches run between 2 people that had a 10-minute time difference, there's no question that the faster person is going to win unless they make some huge mistake. With randomizer, I mean, it's from the outset, it's really anybody's game.
For sure.
Where are you going now, Elminster?
I'm not certain about that. Anyways, thanks for joining us, Benteezy. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Of course. It's got the mirror overworld locations to check still.
So be sure to follow both of these runners.
Elminster's Tomb. I don't know if he'll be happy with that nickname.
I would prefer not to call it that, just more because it's rubbing salt in the wound at that point.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that he forgot about it. It's just he got the boot so late that it's just something he's overlooking.
Yeah, plus, I mean, it's also something that you want to maybe try to combo with other items like this ledge item he's checking now.
Which means he might get to it in just a moment.
Don't do it, Elm. That bag is full of breadcrumbs that he does not want to follow.
Nope. Mirror. Nope. Check King's Tomb. I think we're going to get it. I think we're finally going to get it.
Yeah, I think that he forgot that he didn't have to mirror into that little box there.
1 hour 53. Elminster's now in go mode.
Yeah. He sure is. Fortunately, though, Swamp Palace is going to be the last crystal that he has to grab.
And he will have the Tempered Sword when he gets out of here. Don't forget, coming up next, Penguin Puff takes on Patty. You're on Speed Gaming. It'll be the final match of our evening.
Oh, we got another sub in here, Dan Bopes. Thank you so much for the half-price $4.99 sub.
Dan Bopes, also thank you very much for tracking for us during this entire run.
Yeah. So not only does he definitely give Dan Bopes a follow, doing all of the work that I don't know about my co-commentator Adirondack Rick, but some commentators like Cross Product are just too dumb to talk and click on things at the same time, and we really need the help there, and we really appreciate it.
Hey, talking and clicking at the same time is tough.
So yeah, that will buy Feasel 2.5 tacos.
From where?
The taco store. The dollar taco store, I don't know.
They better be good tacos then.
For $1, probably not.
That's why you need to sub at the $24.99 level. Then he can get more tacos.
Or more quality tacos.
Better quality.
Yeah, one of the big detours that Elminster took that didn't pay off for him was that Ice Palace, too. I'm just reflecting here.
Yeah, full clearing that Ice Palace takes up a lot of time. Also, the front end of Swamp that he checked. And a lot more of the overworld he checked, too.
Yeah, actually turning in those fetch quests that he found in Misery Mire. Shoutouts to my least favorite hot dog, getting right in Elminster's way. Say hi to the Argus welcome, Matt. It's one of my favorites.
Say hello to Master Sword Argus.
Well, anything's better than Fighter Sword / No Sword Argus, where you have to menu over to hammer.
Yeah, that menu time really takes a beating because of that kind of mechanism.
Yeah, probably the biggest disadvantage to having Master Sword against Argus is that you actually kind of have to hookshot him from the side in order to get both hits in. If you hookshot from the top or bottom, I think you can only get one swing in, and you need 2 swings to kill each little Kirby puff.
That's a nice swing to get the silver arrows, and he'll get his tempered sword, and he's up against tower.
Get your guesses in.
5 if he
we
wants.
know if he goes right. And if he goes the right way, but if he goes the wrong way.
I think Elminster just wants to be done with his seed right now.
Yeah, I don't know if the average time plays a part in the seeding in the next round. So I don't know if he's gonna want to even take a right side gamble at this point. There is actually a randomizer mode that's a work in progress right now called Key Sanity, where dungeon big keys and small keys and maps and compasses can actually be shuffled around with every item, including in different dungeons and in the overworld even. So Ganon's Tower big key could potentially be on the pedestal in Key Sanity. Again, VTorp and the other Rando developers are still working out all the kinks there, so...
We ended up having a demonstration run of it just before this tournament began.
I know, I'm trying to think. I know the map, if you get the map of a dungeon, it reveals whether it's a crystal or a pendant. Kind of like when when you bring the map up, it'll flash what crystal or pendant is there. And I think a compass gives you like a little chest tracker if you go into the dungeon. Oh, it looks like he's already decided to go right side, so that's good news for Elminster. Not exactly the same as Zelda 1 keys. In Zelda 1, every key is interchangeable amongst every dungeon. Like, you can get a key from Dungeon 1 and use it in Dungeon 3. You can buy a key in a store and use that in Ganon's Tower or Spectacle Rock or whatever it's called.
Level 9.
Yeah, level 9. The skull or whatever. But in Link to the Past Key Sanity, the keys actually will only work in their respective dungeons. It's just that they aren't necessarily found in that dungeon. So we got, again, a 4 for Elminster. Maybe hoping to find a buttered sword there or a blue bottle, but he does not. Remembers to grab the small key, that's important.
Time for him to climb this tower.
One concern for Elminster right now is he's a little low on magic. I don't think he's got a magic potion. Maybe he'll hit the refill room.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to plan on doing, is hit the refill room before going into the gauntlet.
If not, he's going to have to do some, like, lantern strats in the fire bar cross room. The holy fire room, I guess, because it's got, like, the bridge that's shaped like a cross and there's fire. Call it that. No refill room. Maybe he'll use Ice Rod and Hammer to get some magic drops off of these guys. Probably not. Oh, you got one anyway. You didn't get it.
Wow. He doesn't need him.
I mean, he doesn't technically need him, but he's gonna have to remember to conserve his magic in the next lamp lighting room.
He's not even grabbing the arrows, so he's pretty confident how he's going to treat the Lamolas coming up. And I know Elminster has run 100% before, so he knows how to do this with silver arrows. And then he swings and misses.
1 out of 3, still better than me.
Yeah, definitely a whole lot better than me. My tournament race earlier tonight in the secondary tournament was bombs away with the fire rod.
Now that I'm thinking about it, even with the 2 small magic jars in the lamp lighting room, I think that's enough magic. Oh, he didn't get
And he leaves it behind!
Oh.
And then he falls.
He could still go back. I think that magic jar is still sitting in the next room.
And to answer the question, and just to answer the question from chat, yes, Elminster does know about his fate as far as this race was concerned.
Isn't there a magic jar in that skull he just... Oh, it's in that one. He knows what he's doing. Relax, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Turn into a bunny for just a brief second.
Yeah, using the damage to help cancel out the bunny effect.
Nice dash and a spin. That'll take care of the hamburger worm. Or Weedle.
And now the runner's going to show us what's in the validation chest, or AK the final chest. Well, let's see if Elminster has a better Aghanim 2 fight than what we saw from Benteezy. And that starts off with a 1. That's a 2 at least. Nice rebound to get at least 1. That makes it 4.
1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. I can never see an Aghanim 2 fight without thinking of the movie Clue.
So who killed Mr. Body today?
I don't want to spoil the movie, but there are 3 possible endings.
Well, I have proof that it wasn't Colonel Mustard.
Who's Colonel Mustard in that movie? That was Martin Mull, right? Yeah, that was Martin Mull, and Christopher Lloyd was Professor Plum. And of course, Tim Curry was Mr. Body. Link in the tower with the bug catching net. Oh man. I always thought that was kind of funny in Clue. They're like, we need to come up with some murder weapons. So they came up with 3 weapons and 3 blunt objects. Oh boy.
Elminster's about to finish off this run right now. Doesn't get the torch glitch, but that doesn't really matter. Just gonna him real fast. 1, 2,
dead.
dead.
Double in round 1, nice.
The GGs for Elminster.
Ending the
It says
dominion of
it's
Dr.
comment-
Wily.
Jeez. Well, we're gonna make another reference to Dr. Wily and Mega Man. You already made one earlier. Oh no, you didn't. That was right. You made the reference to the moon theme from DuckTales.
Oh, yeah. Does Dr. Wily theme get your VODs muted as well?
I've never played Mega Man on stream, so I have no idea.
Elminster.com, and I still think Pod was a pendant. Alright.
Well, let's see if we can't get him in here for a very, very brief interview if he wants to do so. Otherwise, we gotta get moving to our next race. Stay tuned. Up next, Penguin Puff versus Patty. That's coming up in just a minute here on Speed Gaming. EA Dr. Bob Tastic will be on commentary for that run. And we wait to see what the pair puns are going to be.
Don't be in despair. The tournament's not over yet.
It's not.
I hear it's not.
I don't know.
I think if you go 3 and 4, you still have a chance to go into the wild card playoffs.
Oh, you meant my standings.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about, I don't know, my dignity or something.
So you were mentioning that you thought that Pod was a pendant. Was that why you waited so long before you went in there?
Yeah, I thought it was a pendant for like a good 20 minutes after beating Eastern. And so I was like, since I accessed Dark World so early, I felt like I didn't have enough information. Like I skipped pretty much all the Light World stuff. I'd done none of Light World, so I felt like I didn't have enough information to make the calls for pendant dungeons yet. So I got stuck checking a whole bunch of overworld stuff, and then I was like, okay, I should have gone to pendant pod. So I go in there, I walk in the dungeon, and I'm like, this is crystal music. I knew right then I had lost. I knew right then.
Especially when you found the items that were inside.
Yeah, I mean, Bombos kind of baited me, but that wasn't that big of a deal, I don't think.
How about the Dark World access at 6 minutes in?
That was fun. I didn't really know how to react to that.
Well, it made it interesting at the very beginning of the race because there were so many branches that you guys could have gone on to.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, usually in races, even if we see a little divergence in the beginning, it all kind of converges, you know, to wherever Moon Pearl or the hammer is or second glove upgrade. But yeah,
in this
very
kind of
open.
case, it didn't. You couldn't get the convergence back until it was time to go into Turtle Rock to find where the boots were.
I was, see, like, late in the game, I started making, like, these statistical wrong plays on purpose, hoping that, you know, he'd go do the other thing. So I went to Swamp looking for Ice Rod. Or
I mean, it's a viable strategy for sure.
Yeah.
If you know that you're behind, you have to, you know, take bigger chances. Just kind of a general rule in any kind of competitive game.
It also results in a bigger train wreck in the end, so...
But you have to, you know, still realize, you know, that making the correct play doesn't always win, but you can still be proud that she did the right thing.
Right.
Kind of like in Bridge.
You know what else sucked was that the transportation items were locked behind so many things. I guess mirror wasn't that hard to find. I kind of trolled myself for getting that.
There were 2 bottles locked behind mirror though, which was kind of funny.
I feel like I got them all right after. Like I got all the bees right after that.
Well, yeah, there were 2 bottles on Death Mountain, but the first bottle in Pod, which was required to get the mirror, which was required to get the bottles on Death Mountain.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't forget it for that long then. But the limited movement you had during that seed just sucked. No boots, no flute, no mirror for a long time. And I was also checking a bunch of overworld stuff, so that kind of doubly compounded me. It's like every wrong location you check in a seed like that just hurts you so much.
Yeah, especially when you're starting to get to the point where you're digging inside Pendant Ice Palace, which had the shields of the seed.
I still stand by my decision to go in there. I think that was a good play. It just wasn't the right one.
Right, we were thinking during the commentary that that's where the seed wanted you to go because of both Bombos and the Flippers, but it just turned out not to be the case. But you end up dropping down to 2-2 heading into week 5. It's going to be win 2 and you make it into the group stage. Win 1, you make the race up. Your thoughts going into the final to week 5?
I wish I had another win under my belt, but I can still pull through for sure. I can also do the same thing I did today and not pull through, but you know, hopefully I'll learn things from this.
All right, we got to get it going here. We got another race coming up. So thanks for the race. Thanks for the coming on by and talking about it with us.
Yeah, thanks for commentating.
Give Elminster a follow, give Benteezy a follow, and stay tuned for some more exciting Link to the Past randomizer action.
That's correct. We got Penguin Puff against Patty. He, Dr. Bob Tastic. They're coming in just a moment to join us. So thanks for joining us. I'm Adirondack Rick.
And I'm Cross Product. And we have Dan Bopes tracking for us in this race as well, so thank you very much. Welcome, Dr. Bob Tastic and Who42 Baker, who is obviously an awesome Doctor Who fan, loves the 4th Doctor. And hello, Hiei, and I will pass the torch on to you guys.
Thank you so much, Cross.
Broadcasting live from the mixed up world of Hyrule, this is the Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Bob Tastic, and today we have in the booth with me is Hiei408. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How's everybody today?
Doing pretty well. We've got a pretty good race coming up. We've got Penguin Puff versus Patty. Two very entertaining runners. People who know how to get things done. I believe they're both 1 and 2 right now, so they're kind of fighting for that position to stay in the tournament. I mean, 1 and 3 doesn't knock you out, but it puts you in a much more precarious position.
Oh, Patty's sending us messages.
It is late. You are correct.
Absolutely.
Well, the good news is we are about ready to be underway.
Oh, yes. That's actually really nice.
All right, so what story can we tell with today's hash? So we've got Ice Rod, Ether, Compass, big key flippers. Well, the first two items are icy, and that tells me that they're going to find all of the dungeon items in Ice Palace, and then they're going to find the flippers. But not in Ice Palace, because that would make no sense.
Well, that big tree's always a troll, so... Oh, wow, we are underway.
Are we? Or are we just, slightly, waiting here?
No, we definitely are underway.
We're about to be, anyway.
Yep. We're definitely on go.
Alright, so what do you think's in the first chest?
Good question. I'd say rupees at this moment, but we shall see.
Rupees are always a safe bet.
Oh, just a piece of love, though.
Just little love. Put a little love in your chest.
I was thinking more of a put a little love in your heart. Nothing goes wrong with that song.
Nope.
Alright, route divergence already, though.
Somebody's going to the dam immediately, and Penguin Puff doing the semi-standard route of the Uncle's Tunnel.
Alright, let's see if there's any... Oh, okay. That's an interesting item there.
Bug net. Nice. And mushroom. What?
Alright, Patty opts not to pick up the weapon of Swagonim, but okay.
Well, that's just too bad. So, single rupee in that chest in the sanctuary, and we get a crystal check. So we've got 7 at Hera, 4 at Eastern, and 3 at Desert.
3 crystals. That makes a nice light world.
Patty is making sure that we all know that he has a mushroom and he can't use it.
Ooh, nice rupee drops from the tree tag.
Yeah, the tier 1 rupees being, or tier 1 pull being 80 rupees is always great. Crab giving out 5s. Giving out high 5s, low 5s, doesn't really matter. They're just 5s. Oh, did Patty even check that?
I think he did. That was such a quick check, though.
I was like, wait, I didn't see the screen move.
Well, Patty has quick eyes. Yeah, it's blue bombs, blueberries. There you go.
Noodle Spoon, if I did that, I don't think I'd ever be able to sleep. That would be a problem. Alright, 300 rupees. Always a nice find early on in this match. And here we go. Dropping down into the little thieves' hideout here.
Oh yeah, thieves hideout. There's our favorite NPC of the day right there.
Slightly discolored on Patty's screen due to the sprite switching.
Yeah. Alright, what do we think we're going to find in the village of Kakariko today?
Well, I think one of the first things we're going to find is, well, no, he's just going in. I thought he might go buy some bombs.
Maybe he's hoping to find some in these chests so he doesn't have to buy them. Huh?
That would be the ideal play. Unfortunately, you can't guarantee that.
Yeah. Oh,
But there's the
he did
hammer.
something really nice. Yeah, the hammer. There's our first unlimited weapon usage there.
And that's the sort of thing you really want to see when you get all these areas you have to traverse. You don't want to have to do it with just bombs. Now, of course, it's probably the hardest one to use for something like, say, Mini Moldorm Cave. And the bow!
Patty probably wants to go back there.
The boots!
Okay, we got ourselves a fast-going seed here.
So maybe this seed can sense the fact that Patty has a plane to catch.
Oh yeah, and there's that ether medallion, so we got our Harry Potter coin going. And absolutely, we got one of those "what are those" situations going on here.
Yeah, what are those, indeed? Alright, so Patty picks up bombs. And there's 5 arrow upgrade in the back of the well, so nothing huge there.
Oh wow!
There's the ice rod. Was that ice or was that fire? I'm
That
really
was
bad
ice.
with colors.
That was definitely
Okay.
ice.
So
It's
we,
kinda
like
funny.
we said, we got the ice rod and the ether medallion.
It was in
Kinda
their
like
C
that.
key. And now we just need C flippers to make this all work.
Indeed.
A little bit of high five right here.
Yep. One chicken clip, one not chicken clip. I have problems with the chicken clip. I've had it soft lock on me before, and I don't do it.
Yeah, you don't really want to save and quit in those situations.
Alright, so Patty gonna pick up that bow.
And that's gonna be something he would like to see, most definitely. Usually that bow finding, usually trolls you for a while, but I'm happy to see they found bow so quickly.
That means that, assuming both of our players are comfortable with those dark rooms, they will be able to finish Eastern Palace pretty early on.
Oh yeah, it's a great play, and it's one they need. Okay!
Sword on the library.
And it looks like they don't have to wait for long for that one.
Yeah, so it does take a little bit of the fun out of open mode, but nobody's gonna complain when they're running.
This siege just opened up quite a few things for them. With that, they can do spin speed now.
So there's the just a shield on the race game, and I don't believe either player is particularly inclined to go pick that one up. And so, Penguin Puff now going to be doing the dam like Patty did a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was very interesting that Patty did the dam first thing and then stopped. Which I guess makes sense sometimes, because when you don't want to walk in, walk out, walk in, walk out, you just save and quit out. Seems like an interesting play.
Oh yeah. I wonder if he's going to head straight down to Mini Moldorm Cave, or he's going to go straight up to finish the backhand of his cave.
Who knows? I imagine Penguin Puff will be going to Mini Moldorm Cave for sure. But Patty looks like they're going into escape.
Oh yeah. He's probably going to do some tree tugs too after killing some guys, because he doesn't have enough rupees quite yet to do the Zora area domain.
Right. Now, Patty did not do Uncle's Tunnel early like Penguin Puff did. So that's going to be something he does real fast. And then the inside of Escape will come next.
Okay, he's not doing the
Half magic
Oh, wow.
in Mini Moldorm Cave. Anything else of import? Let's find out.
Oh,
how about a second sword?
That last one sure looks good. Master Sword so early, oh my goodness.
Yep. I believe the other night I was commentating a seed that had sub 20 minute butter sword.
Oh, the good old days.
I was like, really? What happened to Progressive Swords? But it was Progressive Swords. They just found all of them.
One of my favorite seeds was when we found all 4 sword upgrades in Ganstown.
Oh, wow. That's impressive right there.
Yeah, Randomizer sure does a lot of magic, but we'll see what they get today.
I'm guessing that means that Skull Woods was a pendant.
Yep. And we didn't need to do Aghanim's Tower, so that was nice.
Alright, so Penguin Puff is
Nice.
set up that water walk out of the cave.
Yep, he had to do the dash on the hole, so made that water walk work.
Yeah. I do not know how that works. Do you know how that works?
You have to set up with the boots. You definitely have to make sure you dash across the hole, and then you have to maintain the Flake Flipper in perfectly when you jump in the water.
Alright.
Oh, and look at that!
Third sword! What?
Now, Patty might want that, but he's opting to save and quit at this time. Because he has the boots, so...
So we've got Flanctuary items, well, one of them, to check.
Yep.
As well as quite a few other special things. Patty might be getting some...
looks like
I
he's
have
trading
no
in the
idea what
mushroom.
he's doing.
Trading in the mushroom.
Ah, mushroom. Alright, so Penguin Puff is paying a visit to Sahasrala's hut. And there's the lamp!
Oh, okay, now...
And the flute!
Okay, that's... Wow, what is this scene right now?
So Sahasrala's hiding all the good stuff in his hut there.
Wow, lamp and flute. Jeez, fire source already? And the flute?
Yeah. Eastern Palace is now not even locked by logic.
Oh, yeah. It definitely wants you to go there.
Yeah. Tempered sword in Eastern Palace with the bow already and the lamp already. Are we sure this isn't like some sort of reverse Plando?
Well, it's interesting to see. I think Patty's gonna do the same direction, so just a little behind Penguin Puff.
So just 20 rupees in the first chest here in Eastern.
Now, when do you think they're gonna go
now.
deliver that flute? Is it gonna be right after Eastern Palace saving quit into Sank?
It seems likely. Just the sheer amount of, mobility it gives you.
So,
I think we just found out that Turtle Rock is the green pendant.
Oh, yes, we did. We can mark that on our tracker, because Sahasrala will always tell us where that green pendant is located.
Yep. That seems actually kind of legitimate because in the actual game he tells you, go get the Pendant of Courage and I'll give you a thing.
Yep.
And he tells you it's in Eastern Palace. Well, now he can tell you where it is in the Rando game. I keep thinking of Rando as the actual game now.
Alright, it's interesting to see how they handle this dungeon with boots, because normally you won't have these boots when you head in here.
Yeah. So it actually gives you a little choice right here. A lot of people will just dash right back across to the left and up because they can. They won't have to dodge the balls anymore.
And it's actually a little bit faster because look where the doorway is located. It's more to your left.
Yeah, there's a little bit of useful text in this game. There's that one. There's the text at the very end of the Ganon fight if you don't know where the silvers are.
I like the unique changes. Oh, one of the things I liked about Randomizer is when they added the book, where now it can tell you what the tablet item is prior.
Oh yeah, the tablet item, because that's also in the vanilla game. It says hold up the Master Sword here, and you will get the magic of whatever, you know.
Mhm.
And also the message on the pedestal,
Oh yeah.
which says, "Here lies the sword of evil's bane." So you should know this.
Yes, and Giselle's bringing up the important text of what's in the tavern. That's actually Cross Product's famous text, as one of the NPCs says something.
That's important if you like to have fun in the middle of your run.
Oh yeah.
It's less important if you want to actually win.
Same with the Thieves' Hideout. That's actually the NPC says something funny about Andy forgetting his Ether Medallion, so they're looking for their beloved Andy.
Oh. All right. I want there to be something on the little tile that's down below Ganon when you fall to him.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, that's an interesting
There's
one.
not anything right now. It's still in Japanese.
Ah, we can get Vitor working on it.
All right, so Penguin Puff, out of arrows,
Hmm.
and gonna slash the Armos to death with the tempered sword. It's not the worst thing you could do. You could be using the boomerang.
Oh yeah, that's actually the slowest. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if Patty's gonna notice that, or he's gonna pick up some arrows from these pots here, so he's would be well enough endowed. Patty's has run energy before, so he should know to pick up these stuff. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's tons of arrows on the way up here. If you know where to look for them. There's 5 in the next room, and there's like 20 in the next room. Something ridiculous. Alright, so Penguin Puff finishes off Eastern Palace. Looked like pretty much a bust as far as items went.
Yeah, but it is crystal that you need to get done, so taking care of that's always a good thing.
I think we may be seeing a flute activation pretty soon.
Oh, that would be nice.
I may have another little something to share with you when that happens.
Yep, it looks like we do have a flute activation, so get your Swag Duck emotes ready.
Would everyone please rise for the presentation of our national colors? The swag duck, it is me, and I can finally see. But though I'm finally free, I have a gripe. I'm going to ignore what the runners wish for. This tournament needs more pedestal hype.
I think chat has taken that with pedestal hype there.
All right.
Okay, they definitely now are kind of in the same the boat here. The only difference is one has a tempered sword and the other has just activated their flute.
Actually, I think it's the same one that just activated the flute.
Yep. Same person.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just an interesting thing because right now it's like, do you want a death warp to check that last chest if it's something? But I don't know, depending on what they get.
Yeah. Got that last chest. We don't have the gloves yet, so we can't go in the back door.
Yeah, unless this is a key down here, that's the only way they can go there right now.
Right. Or if it's a key in that chest in the basement.
Yeah, it's got to have something to allow them to get there, but I'm wondering if they want to do that right now. Doesn't look like it because, yeah, you're killing the guy, so. Saving him
Alright.
now.
Yeah, so Patty's gonna save and quit. I mean, taking the time to do eight Death Warp hits,
Well, look at Penguin
some
Puff.
people will do it.
There you go. I was thinking that somebody might be doing this.
Yep.
But he
And then-
probably saw that what it was, and he's like, no, maybe not. Oh, he is. He is.
Yep, he sure is. Now Patty has gotten back to there.
All right.
All right, so we're heading into the dark escape. Luckily, the lamp is here. That makes things far simpler.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in from this side, it's a little easier to get to this chest, I think, than from the back side. If
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
the dark.
Absolutely, if you're in the dark. But
All
it
right.
just ends up as 50 rupees.
Yep, so we are blocked by those mitts.
Yeah, but that tells us one thing. That means in the back half of Escape, there's definitely a key in one of those chests. So it will be only 2 items of value. I don't know if they saw the map yet. I didn't recall. If it is, it's going to be a key and a map and an open item.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we've had the castle burrito yet, so...
Yeah, it's not going to be so lucrative unless it's going to be something nice.
Patty is getting the swag duck as well.
Oh yeah, this is really nice, seeing the swag duck. So early, I love seeing swag duck.
Alright, so Penguin Puff taking the old man out for a spin.
Ooh, man love. Let's see what he gives today.
I'm feeling vanilla.
Feeling
Let's make it
vanilla?
the mirror.
Oh, how about that?
Glove.
Looks like the
Glove
old man
will
was
work.
lifting.
Does he even lift, though? I think he does.
I think he does.
Alright, so Penguin Puff getting that spin speed, heading up to the top of Death Mountain here.
Oh yeah. And chat knows. It's the power glove. It's so bad.
It is. I've been working on perfecting my impression of that very small child who makes that sound, but I think I can do it. It requires just a higher voice.
Oh, getting some intel. Looks like 300 rupees on that desert ledge.
Alright, so Agina's cave over here. A lot of time, Agina's cave is skipped by a lot of people. Wow, that's really good. Alright, so Patty's taking those gloves and heading into the back of Escape, because that is what we expected.
I absolutely expected this, but we should probably see just a key and a map. Yeah.
And just 20 rupees, so that was only one item, although there were 3 chests there. Penguin Puff gonna turn in that mushroom.
Alright. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do from here. They do not have that Moon Pearl yet, which would give them Dark World access once they have it.
So, at this point, the plays are Zora, and according to logic, I think it's Zora and Aghanim.
And let's see which player decides to go there first.
Patty's going to 6, having not done Agina's cave yet, possibly. Or maybe I'm making that up.
Oh, I think he's remembered. Yeah, there you go. No, there's no more items in the sewer. They fully checked everything.
Yeah. Unless I'm forgetting something. Neither of them has a bottle, so they can't check the sick kid.
Nope. That's not an option for them at this moment. Oh, Patty's trying to do a quick chest turn there, but didn't see anything. Always the hype with chest turn height.
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
There's a little trick where when you open a chest and you can turn, it actually makes it easy for you to leave caves.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, I am not what you would call an expert at this game.
I knew Penguin Puff was going to do this. This is really sweet to set up the water walk once again, so he can just dash through this whole thing.
Meanwhile, Patty pulling off the fake flipper glitch that everybody is so familiar with. The shovel in the waterfall cave. Now that's a sequence break at the moment.
And the only reason why he did it this way was because he doesn't have the moon pearl, so he can't do it the fake flipper way. He has to do it with the water walk.
Right. All right. So that is a piece of heart on the ledge. So we're gonna hope to see something here from Zora, or they're gonna have to go to Aghanim.
Yep. And that's the reason why he did it this way. You don't need the pearl if you're gonna do it this way. But it's nice.
How's the mirror?
Wow.
The mirror from Zora, so that opens up the Tower of Hera and the east side of Death Mountain, because they have the hammer.
Oh, yes. That means we don't quite have Aghanim just yet, because they could find that pearl up there.
Yep. So that one little thing opened up a whole, I think, 10 item locations they can check.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff. Ooh, Patty almost got sniped there by that fire.
Yeah, all these little tricks. I think even with the water walking, you still have to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Alright, so Penguin Puff is making his way into the Tower of Hera. Crystal 7 resides here. And there's the big key.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
So that allows you to not, potentially not have to go downstairs. Just a burrito up there. So what does a tower burrito look like?
I have no clue.
I'm going to assume it's like one of those challenge burritos that if you can eat it in an hour, you get it for free.
Oh. Well, right now they're skipping the basement because they've got that key, but maybe they'll find both items already. Who knows?
They've got 3 locations to find those items. One of them will contain the key, so... Alright. That's both dungeon items. I think we're going to have to go downstairs to find both of our items.
Oh. Well, we're going to have a coffee break, folks.
Yep. Penguin Puff attempting the bomb jump and then falling into the hole, going down twice. I think he might just go... No, he can't. He doesn't have the key. Ugh. If I had the key, I'd do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bomb jump will save you quite a bit of time if you do it, or maybe a little bit of time if you do it right, but if you fail that jump, you will fall in the hole below and go down 2 floors, which is just unfortunate.
I thought he was going to go for the bomb jump with the boots, because then he has a little bit more leeway.
Yeah, using those boots, you can pull it off and have... You can do it from Timbuktu and get in there.
Let's see if he's still trying to do the. Okay, this one's gonna look like it works. Yeah, his ear's in the right placement.
Yeah,
and
that was a correct one. Hey, so you use the ear, huh?
Oh yeah.
Neat. I'm used to using the shadow, so at least for those.
And a lot of different visual cues people use to do the bomb jumps. One's also with the shield, and others with pixels. Some people like to know just exactly how many pixels it takes to do it.
I like to use the shadow because it allows you to use some of the new sprites.
Yeah,
Because the shadow doesn't change.
that's true. Absolutely. If you
All right,
do
so
use
50
sprites,
rupees. 50 rupees from Moldorm himself. No trolling Penguin Puff today, and he may or may not head downstairs to pick up that next item. I mean, some people would make the gamble and just not go, but Penguin Puff is not one of those people.
I don't know. It's kind of, you're already here, and it's still kind of early, and you don't have the pearl. It's kind of worth checking.
Yeah, that Moon Pearl is a pretty useful item.
Yeah. Yeah, right side Death Mountain. If they, I don't know. What if they get mitts too? That would also be a Super Bunny ability, even though it's a sequence break. They could check those two chests too.
But I mean, if I got Mitts and Pearl, I would be definitely heading over there.
Oh yeah.
All those chests. Could get one chest in Hookshot Cave.
All right, coffee break for Patty here.
There's the Moon Pearl
Oh, there. There you go.
in that chest. So you definitely wanted to take this run.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, what if it's the pearl? Still looking for it.
Alright, so Patty's taking his little break, except it's not actually a break. And Penguin Puff gonna go to the Spiral Cave.
Oh, it's really nice though with boots. This makes it so much easier.
Yeah. So this is definitely not the Resident Sleeper Cave today. We saw a Resident Sleeper Cave that ended in the boots here
Oh.
today. That was pretty impressive. You didn't actually need the flippers to get to Zora, because there is a path you can walk in without any sort of water walking.
Oh, I think Patty really wanted that fairy.
transport. Oh man. So Patty, going in and out of the Paradox Cave, getting the ferry, and then heading over to. Oh,
Okay.
hey. So, I find, sir, that if you read the fine print and check your resources, you'll find that it is in fact required to be Kane.
Well, for sure that's gotta be Kane. And I hope our good friend Phantom Ryu's doing well in Qatar. I've seen him stream, so looks like he's doing fine.
He's gotten in a couple of commentaries while he was here.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to do one of those with him. He is a consummate professional, and he is extremely good at what he does.
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh, chat's trolling a little bit about Patty. He could have got the fairy if he bug netted.
There is that. All right. So yeah, there was a bottle apparently.
Oh, okay. That does get that option of checking that sick kid, but probably gonna do the Village of Outcast play like Penguin's doing, and then heading over. Oh, Crystal 5 and 6 are Meyer and Alice.
Mm-hmm. That was a very quick map check. I didn't get all of the information there. So Meyer and Ice.
We know the pendant was, of course, T-Rock was green, so at least Skull and Swamp, I think, was the other regular color.
So I guess the fat fairy would be a fairy of ice and fire.
Oh yeah, back
Or
to the
Ice and
normal one. As Vanilla was.
Mm-hmm.
I think Patty wasn't too happy about what he got from Sick Kid.
Nope.
Well,
So
he's going to
Skullwood-
high K for us, though.
So Skullwood, Swamp Palace, and Turtle Rock apparently are pendants, which leaves Thieves Town and Palace of Darkness as crystals. And there is the Titan's Mitts.
Oh wow, Vanilla location.
Vanilla area at least.
Yeah.
All right. So will it be Hype Cave or will it be Tripe Cave? What are we gonna have?
Absolutely hope there's hype. Oh,
Silvers?
it was pretty hyped with that.
I am never gonna turn down silvers.
Absolutely. You get silvers. It's definitely something.
All right. So Penguin Puff heading to the back of Thieves Town. And Patty will be heading toward the south end of the Dark World here. We're gonna see probably a check with Mr. J.R. Stumpsman.
Oh. Oh, there's those
flippers!
slippers. That's where they were.
Wow. So that is quite the seed, or quite the flipper thing.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens here because Penguin Puff for a sequence break to get that shovel. So his routing is gonna be a little bit more interesting to see what that entails. Because Patty's gonna have to route.
He'll fix the sequence break right before he uses the shovel.
Exactly. Yeah, most definitely. But that I guess if it ends up being something of value, then gotta put some up for that because he doesn't have to go back there.
So once again, confirming all of our information with that map check. Patty gonna head over to the digging game. How many digs are we gonna have?
1 out of 30, folks. Oh, chat's wishing for 30. That's quite a lot of digs, though.
Yep. I think at this point we've had enough mistakes, we won't get to 30. Alright. So we made it. That was... looks like... 19?
Yeah, close. I'd say 19 is about right.
Yeah, I had to sit there and look at the formation and then work it out in my head. Because I wasn't counting.
Alright, Patty's definitely going to be happy if he makes this play into Thieves Town, because he does have the hammer.
By the way, Penguin Puff found the Bombo's medallion.
Ooh.
Next to Blind. So, that's yet another medallion.
Let's see what strats he uses on this this line here. Obviously, sword is the most general one you use, so if you have it.
Yep. One of my favorite things to do on Blind is Cane of Samaria strats. Mainly because if you don't actually know the fight, it can actually be a little safer because you can like toss it from across the room.
And look what he's doing right now.
Hey, Cane of Samaria strats.
You place another one, and then he can explode it. Oh, missed. Oh, the death.
Oh.
Let's see. You have that fairy though that he kept earlier. Let's see. Nope.
Nope. So that's going to be a redo for Penguin Puff. Meanwhile, Patty making the current meme play of go to Skullwoods.
Oh yeah. And looks like chat's already paying F for respect for Penguin Puff's death.
Alright, so there's the first item in Skullwoods. It is a green potion. Ecto Cooler, if you will.
Luckily that wasn't that bad, because if you're already positioned blind in the final part of this dungeon, it's not that far of a trek to get back to.
Right. I found out the other day that if you go back to the cell, Blind will be there again, and you can drag her back into the cell and do the scripted fight again if you want. But it's way out of the way. Why would you do that? So Penguin Puff taking another death, it looks like, and that's going to be unfortunate.
That's pretty rough right there.
Yeah, Stumpy did in fact have the flippers. So Penguin Puff is going to take a little break.
Oh, another fairy that's trolling Patty.
Oh. Yeah, the bug net could have been a thing.
Yeah, but I guess he just didn't want it. Didn't feel like
I can't
he needed
imagine any scenario in which all items weren't accounted for in Thieves Town on account of the or except for Blind. So I don't know. He didn't finish Blind. I don't know what I'm talking about. One of these days I should figure out how to words. Alright, so Patty's gonna take the vanilla way to the big chest here in Skull Woods. It's a little safer, he's only got 4 hearts, I don't blame him.
Oh yeah. Oh, you almost fell. I was like Alright, this is okay, so
just a small key.
Looks like both items are in the back then.
No, one item's in the back.
Oh, one item.
We had the Ecto Cooler up front.
Oh yeah, the green potion, right?
Penguin Puff is doing the Ice Palace play.
Okay. Wow, that's an interesting one.
He got Bombos in Thieves Town, so that is a thing he can do. It's a potentially powerful gamble if it works out.
Oh, Patty with the death in the overworld.
Patty getting murdered by murderdactyls.
I don't know. This is not bad because he has the hammer. The only thing is, if he knows the bomb jump to, if it's required, if he doesn't find a key to do the logic requires hookshot for those things.
Yeah,
you can clear this whole thing then.
Yeah, the hookshot could be the only thing that messes with him logically. And one thing you want to keep in mind is when you get, if that happens, and you don't have the hookshot, you should be able to keep track of which chests you got that could be hookshot locked and which ones you got that can't be. Because that will give you some indication as to where the hookshot is.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of interesting sort of, mental calculus you can do with the locations of items and attempting to narrow down where things could be based on sequence breaks.
And the keys, of course, of soft locking in dungeons, so you can learn of where potential items are, like the book. But in this case, we already know where it is.
Oh yeah, that bow in Palace of Darkness. Knowing that logic is extremely helpful.
Yeah, Pat's gonna probably, I don't know, once he gets out of here, he's gonna flute, maybe back in and finish off these. probably. Or he's gonna do the I don't know.
He'd probably do King's Tomb, I think.
Yeah, he can do the backwards way to King's Tomb.
Right.
And then
Venture here. He could go over to Catfish at this
oh
point.
yeah, that's true. And then he can mirror from there because he hasn't done the.
Yeah. He hasn't done the Waterfall Fairy play. So that's an interesting idea. Alright, so Penguin Puff gonna take down these Freezors. We'll see what's in this chest, whether it's a key or not. Okay, it's not a key, so that tells you that Ice Palace, by the logic, is hookshot locked.
No,
Or
not anymore.
not. Because the big key chest, you can get that. And there we go, the hookshot found in the big chest in Ice Palace.
Wow, Penguin with all the play so far.
Goodness. Wait, is that... No. Wait.
It could be. As long as we know what medallion is required for Meyer right now, it could be
Wow.
very close to what it is. We
That's
could
like-
have a go mode.
What?
We already could have a go mode. All it is what is the medallion in Meyer, and that's it.
Yeah, we've got this sort of...
No, that's it!
There
He's
it is,
in go for
mode.
sure!
Actual go mode!
He is absolutely in go mode. Doesn't even matter what it is. It's his go mode for sure now.
This go mode, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by the Cold Stare Creamery. Where every scoop comes with 400 calories and 4 hearts of damage.
Oh yeah, now it's absolute. We just had to see that last medallion to be sure then it's definitive.
Oh, he needs the flippers. You're right.
Oh, really?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He's
No, he doesn't.
nice.
He's already in ice. Swamp is a pendant.
Yeah,
I forgot.
he's in go.
You don't need the flippers. Palace of Darkness, you've got the bow, you've got the hammer, you're good. Misery Mire, you've got the cane, and, like one of boots or hookshot to get in. You're good.
Well, this is gonna be interesting to see what Patty does. If he's gonna make the Ice Palace play, then he too is in the same boat here, and he will probably finish Thieves Town as he goes up there.
Wow, so this has been a super blazing fast go mode.
Can we call it Stoops Jet Seed? Say Jet's in town.
Yep. Jet, this is officially one of yours, sir.
He's graced us with his presence.
Alright, so Penguin Puff heading down to fight Cold Stare. Tempered Sword. You got the Bombos Medallion. And you don't even need the Fire Rod.
No. Oh, but if he doesn't know this, let's say it's a right side Ganon key, and he doesn't know the strat, then he needs the Fire Rod. That's the only thing
That's
I
a
can think of.
very difficult room to do with the lamp.
Yeah. If it's a right side key with that, then Fire Rod would be required for him. But if he knows the strat, then it's not. It's fine.
It can also be a little tricky to get the torch room on the way up. Not the first one, but the second one
Oh yeah.
with the lamp.
Oh, he has half, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal with the magic control.
Fire Rod not being necessary. Now that is something you don't see every day.
Well, we didn't need Skull Woods or Turtle Rock, so that's why it put us in this situation where it is.
Yeah. I believe the logic does require you to have Fire Rod for that room.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
But
It
you
doesn't
don't
want you to do it without
need
it. Yeah.
Wow, so the calls with the Ice Palace play, so good.
And I think Patty already did some item checking here and kept count, so he's not gonna go check that big chest.
Now, unfortunately, about the only crystal dungeon that's, significantly faster in Go mode is Ice Palace.
Oh, here's the colorblind. Patty sets up the room.
Yep. Patty sets up that wonderful, waste of a few frames. Alright, so Penguin Puff is checking a few chests here.
Oh yeah, he gets silvers or something nice. He still will want it, yeah.
Right, he doesn't have silvers, I forgot. He hasn't been to Hype Cave.
I think he's probably in shock of what position he's in, because he knows he has all the necessary items to finish this.
And there's a good portion of the population that has it in their head that Fire Rod is always required. So it could be that he thinks he's not in Go mode.
Yeah, he might think he wants that Fire Rod. Just for absolute safety's sake. He's gonna go for
that. So we don't know if Quake is necessary or not, but we know one of the medallions is going to be necessary to get into Mire, but he has all three, so there you go.
And Pat is doing more overworld checks, but we know the most important thing he needs to do is head into Ice, because that will set him right in the section of, oh, I can probably finish this whole thing.
Alright, Penguin Puff heading into the back end of Desert Palace, gonna go fight Land Molas. Meanwhile, Patty doing the peg cave. I always love doing the peg cave when you got the boots.
Oh, he's got hearts too, so keep in mind they're in green mail, so getting those extra hearts is just nice. Ganon hugs do 8 damage if you run into them.
Yep. Now remember, Penguin Puff still has to go finish Thieves Town.
Yeah.
Alright, so just a big love from the blacksmiths as well. And Patty's taking the purple chest for a spin. Tempting to call the duck in the Dark World. That only works from the top of Ganon's Tower. I'm told there's some sort of dimensional vortex up there.
Oh yeah.
That allows Swag Duck to hear your call across worlds.
Alright, Pat's gonna deliver this lunchbox, and let's see what he gets. Bombs. Okay, now it's gonna be interesting where Patty flutes. If he flutes to 8, he's on the right track, but if he goes... Alright.
6. So he's going to Mire area. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this seems like a fine play. I think that was Bombos?
That was Ether. Vanilla medallion required to open a Mire.
So he can get in, and it's not a difficult, or it's a pretty consistent dungeon. So I don't think he's gonna lose that much time for going into Mire.
Yeah, and plus he's gonna have to look for that key anyway, so we'll see.
And unlike Penguin Puff, he'll be able to swim.
Let's see what Patty does. Some players like to go finish Desert just like Penguin Puff did, and then go into Mire.
Very true. Alright. So no bird toss today.
And there it is. Patty's gonna finish the rest of Desert and then go into Mire.
Alrighty then. So Penguin Puff, heading through the first room here in Misery Mire. It's kind of a pain. There are a lot of good strats to get through it, but when you're first starting out, it takes some getting used to.
Yep. I like his routing though. This is good. He goes up here and he grabs the. Hopefully, this is the big key or not. It works in his favor. We're on the right side.
Yeah. Okay, small key.
Mm-hmm.
One more chest before we have to start making the long-term gambles here.
Mm-hmm.
We could, if you really wanted to frustrate Patty, you could have picked up that key. If it was the big key, it just started hovering across the gap.
Oh, there's the key.
Speaking of which, and Penguin Puff is not going.
No, I think he's looking for Fire Rod because I don't think he knows how to do that strat if it's needed. So it makes sense to me what he's doing. However, I know that Patty probably knows the strat because he's seen it done performed before.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, looking at the situation we've got here, Patty will be, sooner rather than later, will probably just be forced to go to Ice Palace.
Yeah.
And that will...
I don't know if he's going to go there first, because usually people like to go mode Ice. He has the flute, he has the hammer. He might even do pod first.
You know where he might go first? Turtle Rock.
No, not... Turtle Rock is a little bit out of the way right now, especially with the equipment he has. He's able to finish the crystals.
But I've known some people make weird Turtle Rock plays.
So. I unnecessarily would go there when I have dungeons that I know I can complete at this moment.
Right.
And, then I would.
And you know, I do like going into Palace of Darkness.
Yeah.
Especially when you got that bow.
Yeah, especially he has the silvers too. This should be a pretty easy Elminster fight.
It is just so insane to think that all that value is there in Ice Palace, and Penguin Puff made the play right away.
Oh yeah, Penguin Puff definitely made the play. He's got to be careful with his hearts here, though. It's pretty painful to restart this dungeon and have to do that Wizrobe 1 room again.
Yeah, and those Wizrobes in this room will pretty much one-shot him at this point.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be a little bit careful about that.
So the Wizrobes in this room will attempt to spawn around you in the same way that the skeletons do in Eastern Palace, in that sort of square shape.
Oh, there's a fire rod!
There's a fire rod!
Definitely in go now.
Holy moly! All right, so Penguin Puff, I'm pretty sure he knows he's in go mode now.
Oh yes, he is absolutely in go. There's nothing else he really needs.
Yeah, and that's a little unfortunate because the presence of the fire rod here, if Patty goes in to Mire next, may actually lead him toward, say, Skull Woods or some other location rather than Ice Palace.
Well, he has the items he needs to do it, so I don't think he's going to try any other dungeons that he unnecessarily needs to do at this moment.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Just knowing these kind of players' caliber, you wouldn't make unnecessary trips to dungeons. Unless you don't have the items you need to complete them.
Alright, so Penguin Puff is making a beeline for Vitreous now.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be... Penguin Puff's definitely not going to be searching for anything anymore besides big keys in dungeons now. That's primarily what I'm going to see out of his play.
Yeah, Penguin Puff is in go mode. He only has eyes for Vitreous right now.
Oh, yeah. He's probably in shock that he got him to go that fast. It varies, last famous roar. It depends on what the seed gives you. Like, if you have different dungeons that require different items that you need to beat him, then the variation of what items you need to collect will differ. In this case, the crystals, the 7 crystals are what we need to obtain, and we have all the necessary items to beat the 7 crystals. Along with Ganon's Tower in terms of when you need to find the big key and what you need. We have everything.
Yep. The bow was extremely early, and that's an item you always need.
Oh, yeah.
The hammer was also extremely early. I mean,
this is a sweet seed.
sure.
I mean, this is really nice for both of them. It's like, if they just go into dungeons and not do so much overworld search, then they're pretty much set.
Mhm. So it looks like Patty's gonna go get the fire rod pretty soon. Penguin Puff gonna put some arrows in some eyeballs. Not the silvers, however, which are what you want. Now, you'll note Penguin Puff is holding on to exactly 8 arrows.
Oh yeah, that's why he did that.
To fell Vitreous himself here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Good move by him. Keeping that count.
Alright, so there's that compass, and Penguin Puff is moving on.
And this is the big play. Right after this dungeon, it's going to be interesting to see where Patty decides to go. He's going to do pod first, or he's going to do ice first? No.
Yep. There is that. If he goes into go mode pod, it can be significantly faster.
Oh, yeah.
Not always,
No,
but it can be.
Yeah. It's just depending on where that big key's located and a small key. Well, we know you're going to get a lot of small keys, but that big key can sometimes be in the back half.
So Penguin Puff looks like he's gonna make the play on Palace of Darkness.
And Patty's gonna collect his fire rod, so he's almost one step there. He just needs to get himself over to Ice Palace, and we're good.
Yep. Now, of course, Palace of Darkness, famous for its key configuration. So much that we've started calling it the Mullet Mansion.
You know what this seed actually would be good for? Also people who can hover. Because the fact is, the hookshot is only required if you don't know how to hover in the seed.
Yeah, that is very true. And, you know, you don't need Quake. So a hover seed, this would have been, and it would have, you know, frustrated Patty to no end. We all know what he thinks about hovering.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because Palace of Darkness has a bunch of keys up front before you can get all the items, we say that it's business in the front and party in the back, which is where that Mullet Mansion comes from.
Now Patty has only half a heart here. He's probably going to grab a heart from this one here, right there. Yeah. I think he only has green goo, though. I don't think he has any... His other potion things, I don't think there were anything to refill his life. So he's living pretty at large here.
I too like to live dangerously.
Let's see Patty's skills here, if he makes it all the way through without taking damage, because he does have the silver arrows, so that's probably what we're going to see in Vidi. Oh, careful, Beck.
Pretty nice. You can pull off a silver arrow fight pretty easily without taking damage if you know what you're doing. So is that a fight where you want to hold your sword out while you're shooting the arrows?
No, because you're going to slow down. You want to try to shoot as fast as you can.
See, I don't know things. I just have a hard time making myself face upwards before I fire.
You might want to do strafing when you do like Lammo stuff. It depends on how they jump out of the holes, but for Vidi, because there's so many and they're in a condensed spot, you want to kill them as fast as possible.
Alright then.
He's definitely not, because they're moving around about. He just wants to make sure they, okay, good. He's made it. Ooh!
Dodge that lightning. Patty takes down Vitreous.
So no big key yet for Penguin Puff. So this is going to be interesting to see how Patty plays this. If he goes into this, I don't know. I don't know. If it were me, I would have done ice. But I think Patty might do pot. It's going to be close, though.
Let's see where Patty heads off to next.
If he's 5, then we know it's pod. If it's 8, then we know it's a Ice Palace.
And we have 5.
Yep, I had a feeling.
5 did seem like the
Mm-hmm.
likely play. Unfortunately, it's not going to help that much.
Nope.
Now, the good news is, once Patty gets into Ice Palace and gets that big key chest, or the big chest,